This week, chill out, dickwad, as we discuss the 1991 masterpiece, Terminator 2, Judgment Day. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Blood of Its Horror Show. I am your host, Eddie, the Axe Jefferson, and joining me, as always, his name's Rick, and he likes to lick. Tim Yobo, how you doing today, good sir?
I'm doing very well, and I was wondering, are those two cousins? Right?
Fucking Rick. You know what, Tim? Shared universe, I think.
I think so. It might be, right?
So, Tim, but we are not alone on this journey. No, we are joined once more by Sedated and Licked. It's Candice.
I have notes in here about that. Like I was saying before the show, I watched this with my children. So I have my notes and then I have my children's reactions, and they're very entertaining.
Oh, goody.
And this is one of those scenes where I had to write down what they said because it was hilarious.
Well, we'll be the judge of its hilariosity when we get to it, Candice. But here we are, week 2 of hard-dicked July, and folks, we're covering Terminator 2 Judgment Day, Candice's pick. We'll get to that in just a moment, though, because first, Candice, tell me about that Dairy Queen.
That's yeah. So, okay.
Just everybody, we got a note pre-production to make sure to ask me about the Dairy Queen.
I'm the host of the show. I'm getting programming notes from Candice. Hey, can you guys fit in a Dairy Queen so I could tell you all the story that makes me look cool anyhow?
Yeah, that's exactly what fucking happened. Listen to this shit.
What young guy recognized you from the podcast?
No. Oh, God, I wish.
Whose cousin is he fucking?
Yeah. That dude still, every time I go in that store, he still eye fucks me. I'm like, dude, okay. I'm old enough to be your mother. I don't get it.
That's the point.
I don't get it.
Your stepmother.
Well, if you want it, you could get it.
That's true. But no, a little background on Dairy Queen. I fucking hate Dairy Queen. I think that place can be burned to the ground. I hate Dairy Queen.
How do you hate Dairy Queen?
I hate their food.
To a Dairy Queen. It's a poor man's Carvel.
I hate their food, but my son insisted on he wanted a Dairy Queen ice cream cake for his birthday.
Okay.
So I go to Dairy Queen and I know, right?
He's got a
Not
dream
Carvel.
Bigger.
I always give him Carvel for his birthday, but this year he wanted Dairy Queen.
He doesn't like Cookie Puss or Fudgy the Whale. He's too big for Fudgy.
He's weird.
Too big for Fudgy. The Enron documentary.
So, I order the food and I'm like, go pick out your cake and stuff. And we're waiting for the food to get sent to the table. And I go and fill up my drink, and this old woman walks up to me and she goes, "Is that your little girl with the dress and the sneakers?" She's wearing Converse sneakers and like this green dress.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah. I was like, she goes, "Oh, she's so adorable. She's so cute." I was like, yeah, that's her style. She picked all of that out herself, which she did.
Mm-hmm.
And so I go, I'm like, oh, that was nice. I sit down at the table, and my son's like, "Mom, there was this old woman who came up and started telling my sister how cute she was."
Yeah, I was going to say, you should have said, "Ew, pervert."
It's normal for people to say kids are cute.
No.
Not anymore, is it?
It's also normal.
No, you can't do that shit anymore.
It's also normal in Missouri for strangers to talk to each other and comment on each other to each other.
I don't know. I feel
talk
like
to kids?
I feel like if I just walked up to some broad at the park and was like, "Hey, your daughter's cute," I
think it's different as an old woman as opposed to you.
Well, all right, what about me? I'm almost an old man soon.
You're on the fence.
Cusp.
Yeah, you want me coming up with this voice telling you how cute your kid is?
I think it depends what you're wearing that
day. But so the story continues. This is when I get to shine. When we were waiting for the food to arrive, I was like,
shit out of the old lady.
I was like, all right, let's go to the bathroom because she's only 7. I still have to go to the bathroom with her. And we go in there, and as soon as I open the door, there's this woman in there, and she jumps sky high.
Oh.
I was like, what the hell is she doing in here?
Yeah.
And she goes, oh, I'm sorry, I startle easily. And I was like, oh, it's fine, it's okay. And she says, oh, she says, that little girl's so cute. Again, talking about my daughter. My daughter's really cute, in case you haven't noticed. And I was like, oh, well, thank you so much. And she says,
is she cute or is she Missouri cute?
I don't know. Not sure. So I was like, oh, well, thank you so much. And she says,
she's Dairy Queen cute. That's what it is.
Listen to this. She says, is that your sister? My 7-year-old daughter. I'm 38.
She wants to fuck you.
She goes, oh, is this your little sister? I'm like, what? No, but thank you so much for that.
Did you ask if she knows how time works?
I'm thinking she was probably snorting something, like a pill or something back there. But I was like,
say she looks young, she won't call them the cops.
So let me ask you, Tim and Eddie, lately, has anybody been like, wow, you look so much younger. I wouldn't have picked you at, 56 or whatever.
Wow, what an interesting, candid question to ask. Has anybody recently told us that what just happened to Candice happened to us? I will blow your bubble, Candice. I constantly have people tell me that whenever I tell them how old I am, they're always shocked. And it's for real shock, not like, oh, yeah, you look like you're 52. Oh, yeah, no.
Ooh, nice, Tim.
Yeah. I get it on occasion, and it's only because the most recent was actually my wife. We were watching some reality show, and there's this 22-year-old broad on there, and my wife looked at me and just said, wow, you have fewer wrinkles on you than she does.
That's nice.
Wow.
I like to attribute that to my just never really changing my facial expression.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that'll do it.
See,
yeah.
I think it's my chipmunk
It's like nature's Botox, right?
Yes. Okay, having chipmunk cheeks, that is a bonus.
Yeah, I have a baby face.
That works good for you for now.
For now, yeah.
I was getting ID'd in bars until I was almost 30 years old.
Yeah. No, I got ID'd forever, man. For sure.
I still get ID'd.
I guess we're just probably the hottest.
They're
looking for warrants when they ID you. They're just checking.
People are looking to
recognize them from the post office poster, but
we're a sexy bunch of people.
I'm gonna say, if you're looking to fuck, you could do worse.
We're wasting our talents on audio only, right?
Yeah, I think you're right, Tim. I think we need to go over to video, which is funny because I was just talking to my wife about setting up a video recording kind of area here. So I think that's next.
I might have to do some work then.
I'm going to have to wear a shirt when I record. Fuck.
So, Candice, aside from dilly bars, what have you been consuming?
Okay, so we watched this movie, obviously, Terminator 2 Judgment Day.
Of course, yes.
And I told my son, you will watch this. I was like, daughter, you're welcome to enjoy. Well, he wanted to, but I was just showing how important it was for me that he watches this. And he goes,
oh, yeah.
Well, he's like, well, I want to watch the first one first. I was like, fucking fine. No.
Yeah, because it's sex in the first one. That's what it is. He went on the internet. He's like, which one's a sexier Terminator movie?
I will never forget that there's Linda Hamilton tits in that movie because I lost a fucking bet about it. Ooh. Never forget that.
I'll never forget the tits in that movie.
Yeah.
I'd never lose a bet on that.
But at least you get to feel like a winner, Tim.
And that girl with that fucking volcano hair, Jesus Christ.
But it was great because my son, I didn't realize this at the time, he's never seen an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie before. He had no idea who Arnold Schwarzenegger was.
Oh, come on. Don't make us feel that fucking old.
Well, get this.
Fuck?
But as we go into T2, I'll talk more about it. But yeah, he was like, oh, is that his real voice? Like, yeah, that's what Arnold Schwarzenegger sounds like. And he's like, what's his accent? And I was like, hey, that's the governor of California. Well, it used to be. Yeah, and he started laughing and he was like, what, really? I was like, yes.
Yeah, America's stupid.
Yeah.
So he really liked it and he fucking loved this movie. They both did.
Show Conan the Barbarian.
Me and my husband were talking about that, and he's like, oh, I can't show him that.
Show him Running Man.
Oh, yeah, he would like Running Man.
Running Man is so fucking good. And
Total Recall.
I don't believe there's any. Yeah, definitely show him Total Recall. That is formative in every young man's life.
Oh yeah, from now on he's gonna be like, I'm waiting for a girl with 3 tits.
Ever since that movie, no real woman ever measures up. You know. Okay, so dilly bars and Terminator movies. Anything else?
No, that's pretty much it.
Well, you know what? You could do worse. So, Tim, what about you, my friend? What have you been consuming?
Not too much. I'm just almost finishing up on watching the entire run of The Good Doctor with my wife and just realizing that it's just a show for excuse for people to be stupid racist.
What?
Racist?
Racist, homophobic, everything. Because my favorite one was when this woman comes in with brown skin and he discovers that she has something. He looks at her and he goes, "You must be a terrorist." Why? Because she's Arab and she has something that maybe is something to
Anthrax?
do with anthrax, but it turns out that she's doing something else to help a poor family. So she wasn't a terrorist, but
so
she's had to be assumed.
So he's not a good doctor at all.
No, because there was also an episode with a transgender person, and he just for like half the episode he goes, "No, you're a boy."
Jesus.
Oh boy! Wow.
Yeah. And I think the value of this show is that people in certain parts of the country can watch this and be like, "Oh yeah, wait a second. I always wanted to ask that really rude, inappropriate question."
Yeah. People can identify with the person who's got a mental impairment that causes them to have no social skills. Right? That's what they're jealous of.
I'm sure that this is not
as
an
portrayed in the
representation of autism.
No. Right. I mean, as portrayed in the show, not in reality. No one. I don't care what you could actually be a racist, and you're not going to fucking just say it like that. Like, come on.
But there's just the scenes where they got this guy freaking out is incredible because I'm like, wait a second. I know it's a TV show, but there's no way that this guy could ever be a fucking doctor dealing with the public.
Yeah.
No.
Walks into and goes, "Oh, your kids are here. Oh, your mom is dying of cancer." Just incredible the stuff that they get away with on that show.
Insane.
And then the other thing is too, I caught up on the last like 3 episodes of the new 90 Day Fiance.
Oh, how's that?
Oh,
buddy.
Shit. Dudes, some guy got catfished. Okay. And when he agreed to be on the show, the catfish came clean to the producers with like, "Yeah, I'm not really that hot chick. My name is Christian and I'm a guy and I was just doing this to get his money."
Yeah.
This guy refuses to believe it.
Well,
no, we had a connection. There's something there. He's going from one extreme to the other with maybe she was in jail and that's why she was able to chat to me all the time, even though they never talked face to face or on the phone. It's only in chats going back and forth, right?
Wow.
At this point, his sister has already done reverse image searches on Google and found that that's not the woman that she says she is. She's on some escort service site 30 minutes away from where he is. So his first thing is maybe she was in jail and then she got out and her husband found out that she was talking to me. So he took her phone and he said a lie so I would stop calling.
The elaborate lies we tell ourselves.
I was just going to say, man, the human mind is really a beautiful thing, isn't it?
It can be, yeah.
When he sees that she's an escort, his first thing is, "Oh wait, maybe that guy who answered the phone is our pimp, and he's trying to keep customers away from talking to her personally."
Are you sure there wasn't a typo on the website and it wasn't about escargot and she's just into French food? Maybe that's it. I love
cargo shorts.
He's now convinced, though, that the woman who this scam artist used in the picture just went on the internet and took her picture and put it on. He's convinced that that's her. Because he calls her escort agency up and wants to leave a message for her with like, "Yeah, can you tell her that she looks kind of familiar to me and can she call me back?"
So, Tim, you know what the solution?
Sex worker, you're going to call them up and like, "You look kind of familiar to me. Call me back."
You're never getting a call back. Tim, you know what the solution is, right? The producers of the show have to go out and hire the escort that looks like her, right? And then have them just fuck, right? They get together, they have a date, they fuck, and then she's like, "All right, I gotta go." Gets into a car, cut to that car blows up in front of him, right?
No, he'll be like, no, they put her in witness protection program, man. She was ready to expose the pedos in Hollywood.
Man, just you know what? Give me a show like Nathan For You. Just give me that show. I would love it. I would have so much fun just ruining people's lives.
But it's incredible because
that's so good.
There's definitely tones of homophobia going on because he's finding out that the person that he's talking to isn't a chick, it's a guy.
Yeah.
And he's had this incredible emotional connection with this person.
Yeah.
And that is just fucking him up to the point where it's like, no, it has to be a woman. It has to be who was in jail, got out, her husband found out about it and lied.
That's just sad.
An escort. No, that guy must have been her pimp trying to keep customers away from her.
That's like the
Which is
woman
what pimps do, right?
That's the woman who's being cheated on and comes up with the craziest explanations for why her husband smells like perfume and is covered with lipstick.
Yes, but I think this is going to an 11, Candice.
Since they never met?
She has to be in jail. She has to be in jail. Because as far as I know from Love After Lockup, you can video chat with people in jail. See, I know my reality schlock shows.
Yeah, yeah.
Learns a lot about the prison system because of it.
You know what it is? You know what? I think people should hire me to be like in Blade Runner, the guy that was going around hunting the androids, you know?
Decker?
Yeah.
Decker. I could be
literally
Decker.
the Blade Runner.
Yeah, I could literally be the Blade Runner, but telling if who you're talking to online is really a woman or a man, because I guarantee you I could suss that out.
So you would be able to tell me if that's a real sheep or an electric sheep.
That's true,
okay.
Tim.
Just talk about your mother.
Yeah, it'd be very simple. I'd ask them about their mother.
If you saw your mother on a back in the desert, what would you do?
No, it'd be really easy. All I'd have to do is get into an argument with them, and if they had the inability to admit that they were wrong about something, it'd be a woman. It's very simple.
Because I'm not wrong, Eddie. Oh my God. My fucking husband spent 30 minutes, my husband, I said something and he didn't believe me, so we spent 30 minutes looking for this very specific information that I said. Just to prove me wrong.
Did you not go on the internet?
Wow.
What do you mean 30 minutes to spend looking for information?
We were watching something, I said something, and he spent 30 minutes, the next 30 minutes with me just watching the show, while he was looking on his phone just to prove me wrong. He stopped watching it just to prove me wrong.
I was going to say, I thought he just wanted 30 minutes of him time because it doesn't take 30 minutes to find anything on the internet.
I'm going to research this with lotion. I'll be right back.
No, he doesn't do that.
You say it takes 10 minutes to chafe. I say it takes 20 minutes to chafe.
Yeah. No, he doesn't do that. He just researches it. I've heard that defense before, Tim.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. I don't understand it, so I just have to keep watching, and maybe one day I'll get it.
I got my wife very good. She there was some medical thing we were talking about, and she floated a theory on it. And I said, well, that makes sense. And you're smarter than me, so I'm going to go with what you say. And she's like, I don't think I'm smarter than you. I'm like, I don't know. Every time we've been in a debate or an argument, I think you've been right?
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, well, let's not talk about that. I'm like, see, you're even right now about being wrong sometimes without having to prove it. And then I don't remember much for the next couple hours. But I'm here anyway. So
those frying pans on the head hurt. Yeah.
They certainly do. Like Andy Capp, Tim, is that you're going back to that? Getting just beat over the head? God damn.
The fuck is Andy Capp?
The Lockhorns.
It was an old comic that was in the Sunday Funnies.
I think you're thinking about the Lockhorns. Andy Capp. I don't think Andy Capp was married.
Huh, okay. Might be the Lockhorns then. Anyhow, just your typical...
He was handicapped and he couldn't get married. Huh?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, man.
It's a different time back then.
Shit. Was that...
Different kind of cartoons.
Was that a name saying that he was mentally handicapped because he was always like a bumbling fool? His name was Andy Capp?
Because that's how he said it to people. He'd be like, I'm Andy Capp. And then they're like, no, he's handicapped.
That's a good little trick.
Yeah, that's a good...
Oh, his name's Andy Capp. It's fine.
Yeah, his name is Andy Capp. He's not saying... It's like your autistic doctor that's just calling people the N-word and getting away with it. So what have I been consuming this week? Well, let me tell you, folks.
Mm-hmm. Let's listen.
I'm about to consume a whole brisket that I started smoking at 11:30 last night.
Food doesn't count.
Damn, indeed.
It's whatever
Candice.
you want to talk about.
Damn, indeed.
Well, I didn't know that. Okay,
and
next week I got something good for you.
So, okay. And so, other than that, my wife has always wanted me to watch Supernatural.
Yeah.
I'm currently
the things
watching...
we do to get laid, even though we're married, right?
No, this is clear. This is just like, oh yeah, let's watch it then. Oh, this is great. Look at this part. This is awesome.
Oh God.
You're doing that thing, huh? You're ruining it.
No. She admits it's bad too. And I've got to point something out about Supernatural. Okay. Supernatural came out in 2005, right?
I don't know.
The visual effects on it and just the level of production on it looks worse than Lawnmower Man.
Well, it's a CW show, right?
Yeah.
Or a UPN show?
Okay, that's fair. Terminator 2 came out in 1991, 15 fucking years before that.
Yeah, but they had two things: budget
fantastic.
and James Cameron.
Okay, Tim, if I bought a cell phone today, right? 15 years from today, that level of technology, what would it cost? The same as it cost to make Terminator 2? No, the cost would drop. No. It plummets on technology, including
But then
CGI.
also, look at it this way. So does the bottom of the barrel cost, where Terminator 2 maybe cost $1 million a minute to do those things, where if you went to the cheapest place, it would have cost $10,000. Now,
okay, Tim, I'm just saying it's let's call it roughly 15 years from when Supernatural came out today, right? It's close enough, whatever. I could do better visual effects with my fucking Adobe After Effects on my home computer.
I mean, I'm not gonna... I know you're trying to like engage an argument, but I'm not even gonna try to defend Supernatural.
I'm not trying to argue with anybody.
I'm defending Supernatural. Candice
I know, I'm being quiet.
Just biting a fucking tongue, digging fucking nails into a hand.
And I know it's not a great show. It's but it's a pleasure for me because the guys are super hot. It's really melodramatic. And they use every chance they get to get nude, and that's all I need.
And in this last episode, they're hunting a...
Wait, hold on. That's it? Come on. You think I was watching Friday the 13th, the TV show, and going, oh, that shit looks hokey.
And dude, the last episode of this shit I watched, they're hunting a shapeshifter. It's never explained why the shapeshifter is killing people, what the point of it is at all. They just hunt it, they kill it, and then they're like, well, that's cool.
Well, that's actually in later seasons.
How do you catch a shapeshifter? That just
kill
seems...
it.
In later... Well, isn't there like a special kind of ash like stake you have to use or something? I don't know.
Nowhere near that point in this series, Candice.
Oh, okay.
I'm like episode 5, where they just literally shoot it in the heart with a silver bullet.
So you know what? Maybe later on the seasons it'll pick up with the special effects, because the first season they're not going to spend too much money, because who knows if it's going to even get picked up or anything.
Okay,
right?
Well, I will say this, Eddie. As you continue to watch it, all of these logical loopholes you're finding, they sew them up as the seasons continue.
Oh, I bet they do.
Yeah, I bet they do.
Yeah.
Because Supernatural fans are rabid. They're up there with like Trekkies. That's why Supernatural was for 14 seasons. And it's like the same 5 fucking people watched it.
Well,
imagine the hotel that has a convention on the weekend with both of those groups at the same time.
No
one would be getting laid.
No, thank you, sir. So here we are. We're talking about Terminator 2. Candice, this was your pick, so I'm going to defer to you. Why?
You're the music, Candice.
Why this one?
Well, I was going to do a John Wick 3, because I was like, oh, those are great action movies. But then something clicked in my head, and I was looking through all the suggestions, and I was like, how has nobody said Terminator 2? How the fuck, when you put that open call out for suggestions, how has no one said Terminator 2? Because this is one of the hardest, dickest movies you can fucking find.
Yeah.
And it's still a cultural touchstone 30 years later.
Yeah.
I mean, which, as we go into the movie, you'd be amazed at how much my kids actually fucking know, even if they don't know Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh, yeah. Before I watched any Star Wars movies, I basically knew what they all were just through cultural osmosis.
Exactly.
See, and that's why you can't have the same love for it.
So yeah, this was my pick because this is, other than Mad Max Fury Road, possibly the best action movie ever created. Like those two
It's up
are
there.
real tight.
Yeah.
I think the thing that separates this from Mad Max from this is that, like I said, Mad Max is just a pure action movie.
I watched so many documentaries of recent documentaries about this movie and just the special effects alone because they were so groundbreaking.
Mm-hmm.
And hey, we have another Oscar winner
every night.
Yes, our second Oscar winner for the show.
Who would have thought that our Oscar-winning show movies would be action films?
Well, I would have, because
we just had to change the whole premise of the podcast to get to the Oscars.
I would have, because if a horror movie wins an Oscar, they call it a thriller.
It's Get Out. It's still called horror, and it won an Oscar.
No, Candice, that's elevated horror.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
Elevated horror, it just means, yeah.
That's the new thriller.
Yeah. It started with Silence of the Lambs, and then, Get Out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, okay. I mean, I challenge Alyssa to beat this movie.
Oh, I think she might have.
I guess we'll see.
You know what? I can announce what her pick is.
Go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll give you guys some clues first, and let's see if you can guess it. Okay.
You already told us in Discord.
I think.
No. That was not her pick. In the Discord, what I teased, what I told you, was the bonus episode we're going to do is my pick.
No. You did tell us in Discord. I was reading through it.
It's that fucking cartoon strip, right?
What? The cartoon strip is her pick. Calvin and Hobbes is her pick.
Hobbs and Shaw.
No, that was a joke.
Oh, I thought you were being
serious.
Thank
God. See, I was being polite. Where I was like, "Yeah, good pick."
No.
Thank God.
Okay, I'm gonna give you some. I'm gonna give you some hints here. Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. First, Candice, what year were you born?
85.
Okay, so it's not older than any of us, but it's close.
There's no way it's older than all of us.
Is it Aliens?
Yeah. I said any, not all.
Is it Aliens?
It is not also a horror movie.
Oh, okay.
Okay. It's centered around a heist.
Is it Fast and the Furious 5?
No.
Okay.
Because that wouldn't, I wouldn't ask you your age to figure out if it was older than you.
That's
true. You could have been trying to throw a curveball question.
Okay, I'll give you a 10-year range that it might have come out.
Okay.
We will go with between 85 and 95.
85 and 95? Is it Heat?
A heist.
Because that's not a hard dicky movie.
Heat's a good guess, though.
That's not a fucking movie at all. What are you talking about? There's only one big scene in that.
I'll give you another hint.
Okay.
Its star, their initials are BW.
God damn it. It's Hudson Hawk.
No, it's Die Hard.
It's Hudson Hawk.
It's Die Hard.
No, it's Hudson Hawk.
Oh, better choice. Better pick. I like that. Yeah.
God, fuck you. Fuck you and your wife.
Well, that's the pick for Hard Dicked Week is Hudson Hawk. So look forward to that next week, guys. Fantastic
can't wait
movie.
To see fucking
Andy McDowell, the worst fucking actor. I'll take Sandra Bernhard on a fucking 11 all the fucking time over an Andy McDowell any day of the week.
Shots fired from Tim Yobo. Damn.
Come on.
Poor Andy McDowell.
She did a whole fucking movie about how she scammed the government to get a green card, too.
Yeah, fair. Nope. So we're going to go with Hudson Hawk. My pick for the bonus episode is going to be Fight Club.
Oh. I was actually trying to figure out how we could get fucking Fight Club into the Bloody Bits.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that movie and how I was like, I know Eddie loves it. I love it. I was like, we should cover this movie.
Yeah.
What about me? You don't think I love it?
No, Tim, you
I know you do. Tim, if Chuck Palahniuk was in front of Tim right now, Tim would go down on him.
Oh, hell
Hard.
Yeah, I would, yeah.
And then last but not least, we're going to be covering Dread with Bobby from the Grind Bin. So
and maybe one of the bonus we're going to throw in, right?
Well, no, the bonus is Fight Club.
You got to watch those movies, Eddie. You know what we're talking about. You know, I don't want to spoil it in case we do it as a bonus, but you know what
the John Wick movies?
Oh, there's a spoiler, yeah.
Tim, I saw one.
You saw 2.
No, I saw 1.5. I didn't finish 2.
I'm telling you, Eddie. I think you'll like it.
Dude,
I think you'll like it.
I'm a ways into it, and it hasn't grabbed me yet. I'll give it another shot. How about that?
You like shoot 'em up. You
like
liked Hardcore Henry, right? At a certain point, you just have to realize this is a video game.
Yeah.
Yeah, the third one is when it really starts to take off, Eddie. It really does. That's when they really stop.
The third one is a love letter to Game of Death with Bruce Willis. Fuck
Bruce
that. You
Willis.
put that goddamn name
in my head.
So, Tim, what's your
also? We got to stop covering movies like this because I only have so much blood left in my body. It just it keeps like moving around and around. I'm getting that like nosebleed from Japanese comics when someone's horny. Between Mad Max Fury Road and T2, I'm like, I need to sit on some ice.
Wait, that's how they express horniness in Japanese comics. Nosebleeds.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know why.
I'll tell you what. My wife's eyes just uncrossed from Fury Road.
And then T2 happened, and she's like,
"No." She's in trouble tonight.
You left the room to record. And you said, "I'll be back."
Yeah. I did a dun 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 dun. So, what's your history with T2, Candice?
You mean Tim?
No, I'll go with you first, Candice.
Oh, okay. Well, fuck. Man, I think it was probably 93 when I actually watched this movie, and I caught it on TV. And it was, one of those moments you'll never forget. It was the middle of summer.
What kind of TV, though?
It was a CRTV, just one of those old shitty. It was probably like 20 inches, maybe. What
kind of TV? I mean, like, was it HBO? Was it like broadcast, like made for TV?
Oh, it was like, it was like Fox.
TV, and she says CRT. Holy fucking shit.
It was a Panasonic, Tim.
Hey, when you say you remember these moments, you remember these moments.
Yep. Yeah.
That's true. All right. Point for Candice. Yeah.
Yeah. And, so I was like, what is this masterpiece in front of me? Like, how is my life changing like this right now? I'm too young to handle this. Mm-hmm. And I just waited and waited and waited with a blank tape in the VCR, waiting to hit record, waiting for that movie to come back on. And it was probably, I don't know, maybe like a year later before I actually got to record it. I didn't have cable.
Just checking every TV guide every fucking month.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I remember those days. Yeah. See, Candice, you're old enough to remember that shit.
I do. I remember.
Fuck, if I don't catch it now, I'm going to have to wait 8 or 9 months, and who knows when the next time it's going to be on.
Yeah, I remember the struggle. I actually had a timer set on my watch as a kid to let me know when X-Files was about to start.
Damn.
Geek.
Yep, that's a geek. I was the same with
I like to think young Candice is smart enough to remember Sunday, 9:00 at night.
Yep.
Wasn't that, are you ready for some football? I don't remember that specifically. But yeah, and so I finally caught it. And between Sarah Connor in this movie and from Batman Returns, Catwoman, I was like, this is my identity now. Like, this is who I am as a person.
Just a doomsday prepper that wears spandex.
Hell yeah, looking sexy as hell. Like, that's,
you could do worse.
The ultimate dream.
Yeah.
God, this movie. Oh, just love this so much. Yeah.
What about you, Tim?
It was summer, 1990 in the city.
Mm.
Tim Yobo was working in Greenwich Village when the village was the village and not like the fucking gentrified fucking $8,000 a month for studio apartment the way it is now. I went to the pizzeria on my lunch break on a Sunday. I got a Sicilian. I ate it halfway through and then I bit on the crust and I cracked the tooth.
You cracked it? Jesus.
Cracked the tooth on a Sicilian on that. That must have been how hot the crust was that I cracked the tooth on it.
That was a shitty fucking pizza.
Yeah. Well, what do you want? What do you want? It was Sunday. Not too many options for me in the afternoon.
Yeah, fair.
All night sitting in my apartment, banging my head against the wall because of how much it hurt, having to wait the next day before I get the earliest emergency dentist appointment.
Ugh.
Luckily, though, my boss at the pet food store that I worked at had a connection with a dentist that was referred to as the jazz dentist.
Oh, no.
Oh boy.
Did he like do jazz hands and he's getting ready to like drill into your mouth?
No, his thing was that he was super into, because I ended up going to him for a couple of years. He was super into jazz musicians, and if you were a jazz musician, he'd basically do whatever work you wanted for free. Okay, because this guy. He was the first dentist I went to. Like, gave me headphones. It was like this fucking Theonis monk playing on the fucking headphone while getting my
weird.
taken care of.
I mean, cool, but weird.
Well, no, it's just that because at one point he told me, he's like, I subsidize all the work I do with that by charging non-jazz musicians extra.
Gotcha.
So I'm like, wait a second, that's a little discriminatory there, but whatever, I had busted up fucking tooth. I had to go. So he took care of my tooth and he gave me a prescription for Vicodin. Now this is Monday, so I've taken the rest of the afternoon off after I went to the dentist, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I got the prescription filled, and I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I shouldn't even wait. Why wait for the pain to start before I take the fucking pill?
Yeah.
So I immediately took a pill. And the first thing I did was I smoked a cigarette. And as soon as I finished, he goes, whatever you do, don't smoke a cigarette for 12 to 14 hours. All right. I was just like, all right, I'll smoke it on the other side of my mouth, not the side where the tooth got pulled out.
Oh, I love it.
So I got the prescription filled, 1, 2, 3, nice and easy. That was when Vicodin was nice. It was like virgin territory. Vicodin,
yeah, those were
right?
the days,
Nobody knew
man.
what could happen to you, what the end of the road could be. Wasn't any Oxy yet. It was just pure Vicodin and Percocets back then.
Just back when people were cool.
Yep. And this is the Village, and I had my little one-hitter pipe with me. I probably took a hit or two off of that also. And just like, oh, shit. I got the rest of the afternoon off, and I walked past the movie theater, and there was some movie called Terminator 2 playing.
You see how vividly he remembers this?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Exactly. These are one of those movies that when you see it like this, exactly, Candice. I remember it wasn't a CRT screen. I think the screen that I watched it on, it was in Theater 3, so it was the medium-sized screen. No, whatever. So, yeah. So, me tripping on fucking Vicodin, went to see this movie. Not just because back then the other thing too was, I think what was great about this movie is when I saw this movie, I didn't know that Arnold was the good guy because they didn't tell you that shit back then.
Right, yeah.
Okay, so this blows my mind because when I was watching all these documentaries about it, like I only watched T2. I didn't watch the first Terminator until I was in college.
Oof.
Like I always knew that Arnold was the good guy. Like and when this one dude in the documentary was talking about, how well crafted it was in the beginning, because you assume that Arnold's the bad guy and you think that the T-1000 is human. I was like, what are you talking about? I was like, what are you guys talking about?
Yeah.
You always know from the very beginning. Yeah, I just never dawned on me.
Because by that time, Candice, when you grow up, that Arnold was always the good guy. So there's no way he's going to be the bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, just never forget seeing this movie. And I remember walking out and just thinking to myself, like, wow, what the fuck did I just see?
Yep.
Damn.
Powerful.
It's a good one for the theater, man. I caught this one for the first time at the Hood Trail Twin Drive-In in Hood River, Oregon.
Oh, I saw it in a drive-in.
Yep, it was part of a double feature. And I'll tell you right now, do not remember what the other movie was. Who fucking cares?
Yeah, who knows?
I was like 10 years old, maybe 9, 10 years old. Well, no, yeah, 10. That makes sense. And I remember seeing that because I'd seen action movies and shit before that, but
not like this.
Seeing that one,
no.
Because like within the first 2.5 minutes, everything you see explodes, and it's like, holy shit! Like that's how you start your fucking movie. God damn! And then it just keeps going on from there, and just fantastic.
Yeah, it's you never forget.
And then I just remember after that, it was every time I was in the arcade looking for the Terminator 2 shooting game.
Yes. Oh, shit. I remember that.
Was fun, man. Hey, by the way, that's something you guys we're going to just not have that. Shooting games like that where you actually have a gun.
I know. I've been looking for those because like a lot of
woke
theaters.
ass fucking video games.
No,
man.
so there's a couple of reasons.
I'm just gonna get an AK-47 and just shoot my TV up just to show those fucking woke people what you do.
The technology that a lot of the shooting games used to use was that the gun was a camera that would, when you would pull the trigger, it would cause the screen to flash, and if it was pointed at one of the white squares, it would register as hitting that.
What happened if you took a picture of your screen while you were playing Duck Hunt?
You'd have to be pretty fast with that one, buddy. If you're going to hit it right as the trigger, that one individual frame pops. So here's the problem. CRT televisions, they are a lot faster than any of the TVs we have nowadays. So it just does not work with current televisions. They cannot keep up with the frame rate.
So my 4K TV with the 120 refresh rate and fucking VRR for the game mode isn't as fast as a fucking CTR TV?
Nope. If you hooked up a PlayStation 2, which I think is the last system that used those physical guns that used that technology, if you hooked that up to your current television and tried to use the gun, it would not work. So the best the best we can do nowadays is like VR or
the Wii,
like the Wiimotes. But that's those always feel shitty, man. Nothing feels like the NES Zapper.
That click,
that's true, yeah.
That spring, the ting ting.
Yep. So yeah, no, I just remember playing the fuck out of the Terminator games after that, and then being like, God, I can't wait for them to make another movie this good.
Oh, yep.
And then they didn't.
Yeah, no, they did not.
And you're like, oh wait, Terminator 3 is coming out, and James Cameron says he endorses the movie, and he's like, thinks it's really taking the franchise in a new direction.
He cashed the check, and then he's never thought about it again.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe Salvation it has to be good, right? It has to be.
Yeah, he got that John Carpenter check with like, look, you don't even need to see the movie. Just say you think it's good, and it keeps the Halloween story going. And here's $5 million.
Yep.
Guys, remember how good that was supposed to be because it was all set in the future, and it was just on John Connor as an adult, and we were all so stoked about that.
And it was Christian Bale.
Yeah, and it was Christian Bale, hot off of Dark Knight. Yep.
But then you know who showed up?
Sam Worthington.
Sam Worthington, yeah, that's right. I didn't even remember his name until you said Worthington. I was just gonna say that motherfucker Sam that nobody can remember, except for how bad he is in movies.
He was terrible. Why were they still keep trying to put him in stuff? I don't understand it.
It's Hollywood, Candice. He knows somebody who likes him. That's what
he has to.
It's been forever since I saw that. Wasn't Claire Danes in that fucking movie?
That's in the third one.
And what's
the third one? Yeah.
Oh, the third one. Yeah, that's the third one.
That's what we're talking about. The third.
And who's the kid that was in it that went crazy? The guy from Sin City who played.
I was talking about Salvation.
Oh, that's right. That's a fourth one. Yeah, we're getting it mixed up. Because the only good part about that was the bitch can change her tits.
That was pretty funny. Oh, that there was that one chase scene.
Why wouldn't she have known that to begin with?
Yeah,
well, I don't remember that much detail.
I mean, that's like asking why does he have to default back to Robert Patrick if he's made of liquid metal?
That's what my son said.
Oh no! Okay, the question I have about this is why didn't he just continue to look like the cop from the beginning of the movie? It would have been much easier for him.
If I had that power, I'd just be me, but with a slightly bigger dick. That's it.
Slightly bigger.
Yeah.
If I had the power, I'd take a samurai scissors, cut myself in half, and fuck myself. Yeah.
Although
he
can grow third hand.
So he can give himself a stranger, technically.
Yep.
Good
See,
point.
we need a director's cut of this. Was like he increases his bulge. This is like a Calvin Klein commercial, like a Marky Mark is 90, right? That would have been Marky Mark's time.
That's like the what was that joke? Oh yeah, guy's going on a hike. He finds a lamp, right? And he rubs it. A genie pops out, right? Genie is like, all right, dude, you know the thing. You get 2 wishes, right? I was like, what are you talking about? 2 wishes? Don't you get 3 wishes? Genie's like, dude, look in your pants. So he looks. It's like, wow, my dick's huge. He's like, you think this is my first day on the job?
Yeah. It's like how on Wheel of Fortune they give you the first 5 letters for free because everybody picked those same first fucking 5 letters.
And now you're going to get to watch that with Ryan Seacrest, Tim. I bet you can't wait.
Dude, what the fuck is up? For real?
I don't know. The worst pick ever. So, Terminator 2 Judgment Day, written and directed by James Cameron.
And that's why we're still talking about this movie, and that's why this movie still looks as good as it fucking does.
You know how everybody shits on the 90s? They're like, oh, the 90s sucked. Nothing good came out of the 90s. I'm
Action
like, fucking
movies.
Terminator 2 came out of the 90s.
Yeah.
Jurassic Park
Predator,
came out of the 90s.
Die Hard.
Spielberg and Cameron were at the top of their fucking game in the 90s.
You know what?
Yeah, so people stop talking shit about the 90s.
Yeah, except that the idea for what was hot for a woman back then compared to now, I don't know, man.
Well, that's fair. That's fair.
That's like I was trying because I never really listened to Kanye's music, just his political opinions and views. So, it's so funny, Tim. You're gonna love.
He's a rapper.
I was listening to Daft Punk, right? And my wife was like, "Hey, wait a minute! Isn't that Kanye song?" And I was like, no. This is that Daft Punk song that Kanye fucking ripped it off from. Fuck him. So then I go back and I tried to listen to that fucking song, Stronger. That dude is the shittiest fucking rapper. I swear to God. We could get lost tonight. You could be my black Kate Moss tonight.
He rhymed tonight with tonight?
Yeah, and lost with Moss. And also,
it like sucks.
Damn, girl, I'd like to take you and remove every curve on your body. How about that?
Take you a straight road.
Weird.
Yeah.
Just like I'm fucking a dowel. So, I mean, starring the GOAT, maybe the greatest American ever, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
He should be president.
Yeah. He should be president.
That Constitution.
The governor.
A guy who could not even talk came to our country, became the biggest actor, period.
Yep.
Then the governor.
Of the most important state.
But he tricks Sylvester Stallone into taking one of the worst fucking movies ever. So.
Not only that, biggest star ever, the greatest bodybuilder.
He mind gamed and cucked the Hulk.
Yeah. The biggest fucking bodybuilder ever, and married a fucking Kennedy. Dude.
Yeah, and like I'm a Republican and I'm marrying that fucking Kennedy.
Yeah. Just the GOAT, dude. 100%. Fantastic. This is the first thing that we've covered that he's been in, even though technically he has done directing on some Tales from the Crypt episodes. So we might have to dip into that.
What?
Make him a bloody buddy.
Tim.
Okay. All right.
Co-starring Edward Furlong. No,
I was going to say
Hamilton. Fuck Edward Furlong. That guy sucks so bad. Oh my God.
I know Candice has in notes how they found this motherfucking little
Linda Hamilton playing Sarah Connor, though, reprising the role, of course. Fantastic in this.
Oh, she's so fucking jacked in this movie.
So jacked. Holy
Is she the first jack chick we see in a movie?
Well, I gotta say my one beef with James Cameron is he said when Gal Gadot was Wonder Woman and, that was like becoming an empowering symbol for women, he said that women should have done that with Sarah Connor. Like, that women don't know what would be, well, look at this, that women would that's not what women should, look up to is Gal Gadot. They should be looking up to Sarah Connor. And I'm like, dude, you are a dude telling women how they should view themselves. Like, you are literally doing the exact thing.
All right, Candice, as the only one here without a penis, who would you rather have your daughter grow up and emulate? Wonder Woman, Gal Gadot, or Sarah Connor?
Oh, Wonder Woman, Gal Gadot.
What the fuck? Oh, you want to make money? Okay,
you can be beautiful and you can be strong, okay? You don't have to look like a dude and be strong.
Fair.
Yeah.
She doesn't look like a dude in this movie. What the fuck are you talking about?
My son thought she was a man. But when you don't see her face...
the first time my wife and I watched this movie, she's like, wait, that's her son? I thought it was her daughter.
Oh.
And I got the same thing. It was like, when we watched Panic, I was like, wait a second. That's her daughter? That's not her son?
Wow. Sure your son just wasn't watching that Good Doctor show too much?
What? But regardless of that, she looks fucking great. She's in the best shape of her fucking life.
Hell yeah, she looks way better in this movie than she did in the first one. And she had more hair in the first one too, so that's me saying that shit.
Oh man, the hair in the first one. Goddamn.
I mean,
it's big.
Usually I
it's
get
not
into
big. It's just a helmet. It looks like the fucking thing that the warlord ape in Planet of the Apes wore.
Oh man, I know. Usually I will be like, oh, and they were also in this horror movie or whatever. But I mean, come on, you know all these actors.
Yeah. Don't be
She was
coy.
in Children of the Corn.
She was. That's true.
Speaking of in Stephen King adjacent movies, Edward Furlong as John Connor.
I don't hate him. I don't understand why everybody hated him in this movie. He didn't bother me.
When I saw this movie in the theaters, Candice, high in Vicodin, okay? So this is my true... Up until a certain point, I was like, all right, you know what? This kid's cool. He's a little edgy. And then he went, mwah. And I went, oh, no.
Yeah. See,
that's the point for me where he loses me in this movie.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because when I watched him, I was a 90s kid, so that's what I was used to seeing in everything. Like, everything kid-related. If they were supposed to be cool and edgy, that's what they acted like. And so I was primed for it.
Danny Cooksey is real cool and edgy.
I was going to say, Tim, I think you just couldn't identify with him in this one. You should watch him in American History X.
Great movie. He is the worst part of that movie, though.
Yeah, he absolutely is. Best part of that movie, probably.
And that's right. There's Nazi white supremacists in that movie, and Edward Furlong is the worst part of that movie.
I was going to say the best part in that for me is a tie in American History X between Stacy Keach, because he's fantastic
he's
in
so
that.
Good. Yes, he is.
Yep. And seeing Fairuza Balk's tits.
See, I don't remember that part of the movie.
Oh, I remember that part of the movie. I'm so pissed that part was in black and white.
That's the first time I was like, I do not see tits.
Tim.
Sorry.
Fairuza Balk's one of those actors that I don't get the appeal.
Yeah.
Like guys love her, but I'm like, I don't get it. I think
She's
it's with Robert Patrick here.
Yeah.
Look, some chicks like Keith Richards, right? It's a thing.
Yeah. Are there any dudes? Are there any dudes that you think are like hot, but they have a look in their eye like they might kill you?
Robert Patrick.
There you go. That's the appeal, baby. So speaking of, Robert Patrick is the T-1000. Yeah, of course, a bloody buddy. Of course, he was the amazing coach in
the faculty.
The faculty. Yeah, sorry. He was also in Fire in the Sky. He was in The Marine. Tim.
Okay.
You want to watch that with John Cena?
Oh, I was gonna say it's all right. I forgot that movie even existed.
I was gonna make a joke about how you can't see him because
oh god,
in the movie. He played T-1000 in Last Action Hero. So,
oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I got to go back and watch Last Action Hero. You know what? I have to have a movie night.
It was too meta for its time. That's
I have to have a movie night with my wife because she was just waxing nostalgic on 90s shit, and she's never seen that. That's like the perfect dip back in.
She's got to see it.
100%. Robert Patrick.
I think that movie is the time that's passed between when it came out and now has done that movie nothing but good.
Yeah, 100%. Then let's see. Anybody else you wanted to bring up, Candice? Because I know you've got 15 pages of notes.
That she whittled down from 30.
Okay.
not so much about the cast. I mean, this, like you said, this is cast that everybody knows. There's a shit ton of character actors that we'll point out when we see them in the movie. So we don't really need to delve too much into them because there's too many of them.
So for the business end of it, of course, it won 4 out of the 6 Oscars it was nominated for sound, editing, and visual effects.
Earned it.
Earned every penny.
Oh.
Can we? Oh, no, maybe you don't have this in your notes, and can let's look up quick. What were the movies that it was up against in those categories? Like, what movie thought they were going to beat Terminator 2 that year for special effects?
That's a good one. I'll look that one up. Candice, go ahead with your you were about to give us.
Sorry.
No,
well, I was going to dip a little bit into my notes here. You know, that I said that I was going to wait to talk about. Because who won these Oscars is another bloody buddy. Because Stan Winston did the practical effects in this movie. His studio did. And someone else won an Oscar for their visual effects. And that would be Industrial Light and fucking Magic did the CG in this movie.
Yes, you
Like,
can
you have
tell.
literally the two best special effects companies you could possibly have working for you on this movie.
So, Tim, the competition that year was Backdraft and Hook.
Come on.
Hey, Backdraft
Please.
had good
For
special
real.
effects.
Yeah, but come on. That's the Oscars you go to, and you get like fucking yobo drunk because you know you're not winning. You don't have to get up and give a speech. Fucking
Yobo
Terminator
drunk.
2 versus Fire.
Yobo drunk is when you shit your pants.
Yeah. Yeah, so there was no competition for best effect sound effect editing that it won. That was against Backdraft in Star Trek 6, The Undiscovered Country.
What?
For sound?
That's when the one with all the fucking Klingons are fucking spewing Shakespeare and shit.
Yeah. Fuck that. So
Christopher Plummer's. Oh yeah, Christopher Plummer. That's right.
Budget on this movie was $102 million.
And it was mind blowing back then for somebody to spend $100 million on a fucking movie.
And get this. Only James Cameron could get away with this. It was supposed to be $65 million, but the executives told him stop filming because you cannot spend any more money. And he told them to basically go fuck themselves and then finish the rest of the movie. And then when it was done, they were like, "We will give you whatever you want."
Yeah, because one of the little things that I know is that Schwarzenegger and him put up money for this movie to film a couple of scenes that the studio didn't want.
Yep. They were like, "We have a vision. We will see it through."
So, Tim,
what was the movies that he did before this? Because we know he did Terminator.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What were the movies in between Terminator and Terminator 2 that got him this clout? Where they're like, all right, you know what? $65 million budget. Oh, 102? You got it. Go ahead.
The Abyss, for one thing.
Ah, okay. Yes.
Terminator,
a movie that nobody remembers.
Yeah, that's true. What else? Between what was?
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure.
Maybe Aliens.
No,
Aliens.
Is it? Oh wait, Aliens came out before. Oh, Aliens.
1986.
80s. Oh fuck.
That's it right there.
Yeah, that's it. That'll do it. Yeah.
Yeah. That might get you a little bit of clout.
That's it. That's all you need is Aliens. That's it.
So
I said The Abyss. The fuck was I thinking?
Budget is $102 million, Tim. What did it make in the States?
Oh, I bet you this movie cracked at least $300 million. Its initial release altogether.
Altogether gross worldwide?
Yeah.
Not even close, Tim. 520.
Man, 1990 money. What's the inflation calculator on that?
It was. I think.
Man.
Until like quite recently, Mad Max Fury Road has beaten it. It was the most successful action movie of all time.
I mean, and it just launched so many products, so many video games, so much, just everything. Everything launched off of this. It's a foundational
effects.
It's completely permeated our culture.
It is a foundational bedrock of action and science fiction through which so much has grown since it was released.
And it still holds up. You don't watch it because you're like, I have to. You know,
didn't
like
they get sued by Harlan Ellison or whatever the fuck?
Harlan Ellison.
Yeah,
and there's a credit to him at the end. Thanks to Harlan Ellison.
That's funny. So yeah, that's what I've got for my notes, Candice. If you want to throw anything in, go for it.
I got to mix up with
Okay. Yeah. So one of the things I wanted to say at the start was that it's when I was saying it was such a cultural touchstone. I don't know if I had mentioned it before, but every time Arnold Schwarzenegger would say a line, like I'll be back, and something, he would look at me and smile, and he's like, "Is that where this comes from?"
Yep.
Like those lines when he goes every time, "Hasta la vista, baby." I'll be back. Come with me if you want to live. Like every time my son would turn and look at me and smile.
This is like I said, Tim. People are going to just start thinking the Flintstones as the vitamin and cereal thing.
Yeah,
we're there, buddy.
Well, I think with this, it's also this is like the first time in a mainstream movie like people like actually learn Spanish.
Yeah, probably. I mean, you didn't really see it that much.
And speaking of the cultural touchstones, Arnold Schwarzenegger says that "I'll be back" is his most asked for quote with fans.
Of course,
the one line they want him to say. And this part
Not the
blew my
part from
mind.
Conan about the women's torment?
Yeah, the lamentations of that women. Yeah.
He'd be like, no.
That's too long. I'll be back. I can
All
say
right,
like
everybody.
50 times. Yeah.
Real quick, what's your favorite Arnold Schwarzenegger one-liner?
Let off some steam. That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one. Tim, what you got, buddy?
You can't beat I'll Be Back. Just from that first movie.
Just
no,
from
I got it.
Not even this one or any of the other 5 other fucking times he says in all the other sequels. That's the best one. That's
I got it. I got it. It's not the Tuma.
So I got to go with 2 of them. One of them from The Running Man is the he had to split after he cut the guy in half with a chainsaw. Fantastic. And
Ice, what it was, Ice Zero?
Yeah. Sub-Zero? Or no,
Sub-Zero, yeah.
Or Shang Tsung? No. So then my other favorite honorable mention is I hope you left enough room for my fist because I'm going to ram it into your stomach. Which is a mouthful of a one-liner, but he did it. Man.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Going on with my notes. Did you know that John Connor, the character, is supposed to be 10 years old in this movie? That's straight from James Cameron himself.
Okay.
He's supposed. How in the fuck are we supposed to believe that kid is 10 years old? I thought that was insane.
Looks or acts like a 10-year-old.
No. And Edward Furlong went through a growth spurt during production because it took a year of production. And they actually had to dub over some of his lines because his voice was cracking.
Oh, that sucks. You could tell, like, in some of the scenes, he looks so much younger.
Yeah, the desert scenes was the first things they shot.
Yeah, totally. Versus like the dirt bike scene in the parking structure. He looks way older in that.
Mm-hmm.
That's funny.
Of course, Stan Winston did the effects. Well, his company did the practical effects.
And I think they did the teaser trailer for it too.
I don't know. How practical are the effects if the budget's $102 million?
Oh, God. Okay, so to talk about like the kind of expense that went into this movie, you know that chase scene through those like tunnel things?
Yes.
What are those? What are those things?
You know what? I struggled with when I was making my notes what to call them specifically. I'm gonna go with storm drain. I don't know.
Yeah, I thought that was part of the LA River thing, like they filmed Grease.
Yeah,
I don't know what those things were. Like, why is it called the LA River? There's no water in it.
I think that's for runoff water, like during like a big rainy season or something like that. I think that's like where all the water from the sewers let out into LA, and that's why ironically it's called the LA River.
So, okay. This goes into the production notes because
Chef Robbie will know.
Yes.
They've spent so much money on this movie that they changed the course of that river so they could make those chase scenes. The final film in the final scene was actually filmed in a real steel mill.
Yep.
It was a steel mill that was seen in The Simpsons.
Yes, that's correct, Tim.
In the 4-story office building was a real one they blew up.
Yes, it was. I remember seeing that on Entertainment Tonight. Yes.
Fuck yeah, dude. This is the best.
Hold on, you hack.
Like that's the kind of expenses they went through to get everything perfect in this movie. They had the cast train with a former Israeli commando to be weapons experts, and Linda Hamilton had to spend the most time because they were showing the
she's a woman.
They were showing the audition tapes of it. Well, not audition tapes.
I beat you to it, Eddie. That's why you had Tim.
They were showing them training with them, and fucking Robert Patrick was scary good.
Yeah,
he was in character, so he had the robot face on basically, and like he wasn't even looking, and he was like unloading headshots, and then he would just without even looking change his clip out and keep doing it.
Crazy.
Like he was insane.
But I read that he practiced running. Without his mouth being open, so he could do that. Look, I showed it to my wife. I was like, I never noticed this before, but yeah, he's fucking tear-assing down that fucking garage without opening his fucking mouth.
Isn't that terrifying?
It is. Yeah, he trained so hard that he actually caught Edward Furlong multiple times. They had to reshoot it because he was so fucking fast without opening his mouth.
That's insane.
Yeah, I mean, God, just the behind-the-scenes shit of how it got made.
I caught that little shit.
like Stan Winston said that he got uncomfortable when he was creating the body husks, after the nuclear bomb happens, because it
Oh
was just
yeah,
like so real and vivid looking. It
that's a
just made
bummer, man.
nobody was laughing when they were doing those
No,
effects.
no. Yeah, that's a rough scene, man. There's some crazy. There's some of the asides they get into in the movie where they have the little like emotional moments don't really hit, but that one, like, fuck. Whew.
Okay.
All right.
Sorry, I had to cough. No, I'm not
No
done.
worries.
I've got more.
Okay. It's only an hour.
Sorry.
No, it's good. Go for it. Because I think we're gonna breeze through the actual movie.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
come on, because it's like what we're gonna go beat by beat with this fucking movie because nobody's ever fucking seen it before.
No. This is not a beat by beat movie.
So, according to James Cameron, and I love this because it's a touch about the lore. He said that hallway scene where the Terminators fight each other in the mall was the
Yeah.
first time in history a Terminator had fought a Terminator.
That's true.
It was like, yeah, I never thought of that. That's true.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. That's the fuck does that even mean?
Yeah, just
The first time
cool little fact.
the first time in history we ever see a Terminator dressed up as a cop.
Yeah. Also, did you know that in Alien versus Predator, that's the first time an alien fights a predator?
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, because it's a prequel.
In one of those Rocky movies, it's the first time an American fights a Russian.
Wow.
So Cameron said he imagined the T-800 as a tank and the T-1000 as a Porsche.
Okay.
That it's like, and it's a prototype.
Gotcha.
Like he said, this was a prototype, so there wasn't more. This was the only T-1000 at the time.
Okay.
The effects alone,
it makes sense because if you wanted to get into the fucking compound, you want it to look like a little bit of a normal person instead of fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Right.
The effects alone took a year to make.
Jesus.
And the shot where Arnold gets shot up by the police in the lobby, like that was a body double, but it was a robot. They like made a robot body double of Arnold Schwarzenegger to absorb bullets.
Fucking shit.
But for it still be practical.
Absorb bullets. They shot real bullets at it?
Yes, they did.
It's a robot. Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude.
They were like, fuck it. Boom, 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 boom.
It's Cameron, not Baldwin, so it's okay.
Fair. Fair.
So the Judgment Day itself with LA blowing up, that was all miniatures. And sometimes you can tell.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
but
you can
majority
tell.
of the time you can buy into it. Let's see. Oh yeah, they actually had going into just how they created the T-1000 alone, and why this is still looked at in film classes for special effects, is this was like absolute bleeding cutting edge of what computers could do for graphics.
Mm-hmm. So this one you can say thank you of the Abyss.
They had they used a proto mocap. They had Robert Patrick in Speedos with grid paint on so they could perfectly capture his walk and movement and replicate it in the digital double. Like, it was insane that they actually were able to pull that off. But, yeah, and
even the parts of this movie where you can see, all right, that's obviously, I can see that's CGI, whatever. It still looks incredible.
Yeah.
Like with the parts where he's walking out of the fire, where he's where he's completely silver, and then he turns into Robert Patrick.
Yeah.
It holds up. It's just so incredible.
Yep.
And just my last little note is that the water tentacle from the Abyss is what inspired the liquid metal T-1000.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you can tell.
Yeah. That helicopter scene? Come on. Yeah, they cut and pasted that shit to save money.
Yeah. It works, man. It looks fucking fantastic.
And that's my notes. Sorry to go on so long.
No worries. Like I said, I don't think we're going to go beat by beat on this one because, I mean, everybody's fucking seen it. Tim, you've seen it, what, 30, 40 times?
At least, for real. At least,
yeah.
I won't say that I've seen it 30 or 40 times all the way through. All the way through, at least 20 times.
Yeah.
It's up there with The Predator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could see that. Predator's fantastic.
I go with Predator, not The Predator. Sorry, I got my movies mixed up.
It happens.
Yeah, The Predator, that's the what's his name, Subway Jared documentary, right? Is that what that's called? Dude, somebody at work told me the full story about that Subway Jared shit. Oh my god.
Oh, they knew. They knew.
Bad. Yeah, no kidding. So, all right. So
I'll still take Subway over Blimpie any day, but go ahead.
True.
Fuck you. Blimpie paid for my community college.
Hey, motherfucker. Quiznos, all right?
See, thanks to Blimpy, women are getting educated. So there you go, America.
Yeah.
Make your choice.
Tim going hard against women this episode, man. What's your wife up to? She doing okay?
Look, anytime I gotta watch a movie and keep hearing about how, oh wow, look at him, and oh, he looks so sharp.
Oh yeah, Robert.
Every fucking time you watch this movie, she says the same exact thing. He's so sharp looking. He looks so sharp.
I think I just always was sexually attracted to Robert Patrick and did not know it, and I blame the T-1000 for that. He looks so fucking good in this movie.
He's shiny and chrome.
Just a little.
What a bump! Oh come on.
Just like a little Candice just getting turned on, not knowing what's happening.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, ever since then, I'm like, never liked big guys. I've always liked the more slender builds.
For some reason, I want that guy to be Santa so I can sit in his lap. I don't understand what's happening.
And of course, it's the bad guy. Of course it is.
Of course. So
I already have daddy issues. Why not?
We open up on some shitty traffic, some kids playing, and a white flash. Doomsday. This is Los Angeles in 2029. So I've got 6 years.
This intro is so iconic.
The sun gets so hot,
And we see the future.
All right, here's my question: Is this one of the last movies, or maybe I'm just not remembering, where we get all the opening credits before a fucking movie?
Yeah, I think. Man,
because this goes on for like 3 fucking minutes with the fire and burning everything and showing all the fucking everybody from director to writer and beyond. And I don't remember, movies don't do this anymore, right?
I mean, if you're gonna back in that day put this much money into a fucking movie, I want every name on it. If I'm paying for it, dude, you're gonna.
But this used to be a sign of bad movies where they would front load that shit because like people aren't going to stay here for this whole fucking movie, so you got to get my name up on the screen.
I think you're right. I think
James Cameron was that fucking cocky.
Yeah, fair. So we learned that first of all, it's in the future, and cool purple lasers. By the way, being shot out by machines. I need more purple lasers.
Yeah, it was good. It's such a good look. The blue tint and the purple tint.
It's like Mace Windu's lifesaver.
I was going to say you had this and Mace Windu. That's about it.
Yo, Eddie, come on. You motherfucker. You're saying shit. You watch these Star Wars movies.
Do you know that he had his saber purple so you could see it in the fight scenes?
Yeah, I also know that he was a big fan of playing tennis. He didn't know how to fight with the lightsaber. So I'm just going to do volley moves the entire time. But yeah, go ahead.
I had the idea for a movie I pitched to my wife is, the people that do gymnastics with the ribbon and they dance around fancy with it.
Yeah.
So my
easiest gold medal to get.
Yeah. So my idea for a movie for my wife was like following the people that do that. Right. But then no shit, like maybe 40 minutes into the movie, the person who's training their trainer ends up getting killed by their rival. And then they find a scroll from their trainer. It turns out they've been training them how to sword fight this whole time. So then she twists the stupid baton and a knife extends.
Don't give this idea away. This is gold.
No. We're going to write this. This is
you got me. I was like, first I thought this was a documentary, but then I was like, wait a second.
So it's like it's basically the wax on, wax off Miyagi shit, but it's with that stupid ribbon gymnastics.
Oh man, please do that because I remember watching it the first time. I was like, you know what? If Chris Farley could do this and win a gold medal, it's not a real sport.
Because that's the first one of my dumb movie ideas. I told my wife, and she says, that's actually something.
Yeah, it is.
So anyway, cool purple lasers. They're just shooting shit, blowing shit up everywhere. And like I said, this is just the credits. This is the opening.
Mm-hmm.
And
you see so much. You see the T-800 endoskeletons.
Yep.
They're like crushing human skulls underneath their feet, and they have so much movement and character. Like one of them does like a friendly fire on the one in front of its shoulder, and it looks behind him like, the fuck, dude.
Yeah.
Oh man, that one fucking Terminator that's got like his fucking legs blown off is trying to reach for its gun before he gets his head blown off. I'm like, should I feel bad for a Terminator?
No, they can't feel pain, Tim. That's why they don't understand your tears.
The way that fucking Terminator at the end of this movie is fucking crying like a little bitch. Sound like fucking felt pain, right?
We'll get to that. So we learned that Skynet has sent Terminators back in time to kill John Connor, the leader of the
just one other thing I
resistance.
just want to say. What was great about seeing a movie in this time is, again, no internet. If you didn't watch like Entertainment Tonight, which I think was the only show on at that time that was like this, you had no idea that this wasn't going to be the movie. That we weren't going to be seeing a futuristic movie set in
You
2049,
had no idea.
2029 for the entire rest of this fucking movie.
Yep. No, that's true, man. But I mean, conversely, though, now we can kind of research and be like, okay, I think I'll dig this, or nah, this isn't for me. Where back then, man, you bought the ticket, you had to take the fucking ride. Like,
yeah, sure.
Yeah, because again, look at the trailer. The trailer for this movie shows nothing except Terminators being put together.
Yep.
So you had no idea what to fucking expect going into this based on the trailer, which is like at that time, again, that's what 99% of the people seeing this movie were aware of, the trailer, and that was it.
That is true. And like you said, in the first one, Schwarzenegger was sent back to kill Sarah to prevent John from being born.
Yeah.
So in this movie, you would assume, okay, Schwarzenegger's in it. It's Terminator 2, but he comes back to kill them. I mean,
it makes logical sense, but I just can't
the
believe
grandfather in 1920.
Yeah,
that's true.
That's a good idea. Just go back to the 1800s.
Just go back to the beginning of time and kill Adam. That's it.
Tim, I don't think Adam and Eve was real.
Oh. What?
No. Oh shit!
No,
you're from Missouri. Never mind. Don't pay attention to that.
This podcast has been banned in Missouri.
Oh my God! Speaking of, I know people hate our asides on this show, but
here's where Candice goes quiet. Candice, go get yourself something to eat.
Friend of the show, Ashers, wants me to be on Wednesdays We Talk Weird, right? So
because I nominated your ass, I think. Oh, no, I nominated Candice.
You nominated me.
Yeah.
And Eddie, you nominated me, and she picked you.
No, I didn't nominate anybody.
Which, by the way, thanks you both.
Years ago.
Fuck you.
Yeah, but she messaged me. She's like, "Hey, I want you to be on this weekend." I was like, "That's cool." So I'm going to be recording tomorrow. We're going to do an episode on Satanism.
Okay, that sounds fun.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's like you got Satanism and incest.
And
that's when you get invited on the other show.
Did I tell you that I met another card carrying member of the Church of Satan?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Cool guy?
Huh?
Cool guy. Was he a snake guy or
it's a girl?
Guy?
It's a girl.
Were they?
Was she a snake chick?
Oh, she's really cool. I love her.
She's gonna have some problems though. I just watch out.
What?
I'm kidding. No, but I was like trying to do a little bit of research or whatever because I know, Satanism.
On Satanism? Okay.
Yeah, I know enough of, but my wife's like, you should talk about like theistic Satanists, right? People that actually believe in the devil and worship that devil.
Uh-huh.
So I started looking into it and I tried to find people and they all...
Come on, that's a real loser.
Yeah. So
if you really believe in God and in the devil and you pick the devil side, come on.
So
it's a losing side.
Every video I found of somebody trying to explain their shit on YouTube or even talk about it whatsoever, I had to turn off within like 2 minutes because they all sounded exactly like this. Hey everybody, what's up? I'm here making my video, explaining Satanism, theistic Satanism, and I'm like, I want to beat you.
Come on, you have a real fucking gravitas to your voice. You can't be fucking around with that.
Everyone, like 5 people, they all fucking sounded like that, except for the broad. The broad was giving a TED talk on it, by the way. She's just like, oh, when you picture a Satanist, what do you picture? You probably picture someone listening to whatever, Bauhaus or something.
Black Sabbath.
But right? actually, we're quite different. And I'm like, you sound like that too? God damn it. So I'm just going to go on there and be entertaining. Anyhow, we cut to Arnold Schwarzenegger, the man, fallen to earth.
No, I wanted to highlight the end of the credits is the T-800 skull with flames around it. And it's just like Terminator 2 Judgment Day. I'm like, oh God, that just filled you with so much dread when you're watching it because you're like, there's no hope. How are you going to fight that?
You're fucked.
Yeah, Judgment Day usually doesn't end well for everybody, right?
When you learn 3 billion died and the rest had to hang out and fucking fight those guys, no, I'm good.
Is this how Mad Max started?
You know what? You could. Well, no, because then they'd have like repurposed bots for something.
No, because there's only been one Terminator that's been sent back and it's done its job, right?
True. Yeah. I guess that makes sense. So, yeah, no, we still nuke each other, Russia and America, and create Mad Max.
Well,
The
no, it's just like the
Terminators.
robots, like they take over the whole world. They're like, Australia, fuck that
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah. They're like, yeah, somebody already blew this one up, guys. I guess we can leave it. Wow.
Which, by the way, what number are we in Australia? Because, like I said, the more we insult those motherfuckers down under, the more they like it.
No, we were
I like that shit. They're tough.
We were doing terrible.
Canada. We were crushing it in Canada. Yeah.
All right.
I don't. Poutine sucks though. You guys are fucking weird. I don't know what you putting gravy on cheese and weird.
Taking shots of molasses. It's a Canadian energy shot.
Molasses?
Mm-hmm.
Is that Canadian
I've
Viagra?
I make barbecue sauce with molasses, but fuck that.
You take shots of it?
That's weird. So
exactly.
We open on Arnold, the fallen angel. He hits up a biker bar his first day on Earth because that's what you do.
Mm-hmm.
Looking good, looking naked, turning some heads. Looks like a younger version of me.
Okay, I don't know if this is true or not, but supposedly a woman walked by all the trailers and cameras and walked into there, and she thought it was just another day in the bar. But it took her so long to figure out. She's like, "Wait, what's going?" She's like, "Wait, what's going on?" And Arnold Schwarzenegger walked up to her and he goes, "It's opening night for gay strippers." They were like, "Lady, you need to get off the set right now." I was like, how the hell did she even make it on there? So I don't know how true that is, but
that I don't think is a myth. But
she was probably somebody who was working craft services, and she just took her outfit off, and she's like, "I'm going to go over there and try to touch naked Arnold." So he's scanning the room, and he finds a biker dude that's got a nice getup. He's like, "All right, hey man, kick me them duds, and I'm going to need your bike. Let's go."
Well, you can't brutalize that beginning line. That's so iconic. When he says, "I'm going to need your boots, your clothes, and the keys to your bike."
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. So the dude tells him to fuck off, and he puts a cigar out on him, like, "I'm going to do next time you do a line read." And Arnold does not cotton to that kind of behavior because he gives this dude an ass whooping.
Yeah, breaks his fucking hand.
Yeah, just crack.
I like how the dude behind him already has the fucking pool stick ready to fucking crack him in the back of the head. Before anything happens, he just sees a naked guy. He's like, "Oh, here we go. This is shit."
We all know what Tim would do.
Yeah, because they've got the basement akin.
Come on, Candice, you got that pool stick. You can do that from 3 to 5 feet away. It's even better.
That's a good point. You just got to put a rubber finger at the end of it.
Just chalk it up, so it's like extra hurts. So it's like extra fucking unlubricated, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
Now who's behind the 8 ball?
Crack it up Arnold's ass and make that squeak, squeak, squeak sound. Yeah.
Yeah. You got to blow it off first, though.
Yeah.
No, they're going to knock him out and drag him into the basement, kind of like a Pulp Fiction or a Comet Ping Pong Pizza. One of those scenarios.
Good luck doing that to Arnold, yeah.
Yeah, no kidding. So no, it beats the dude's ass, suits up in his gear, steps outside.
You're forgetting this is... hold on. When I saw this in the movie, this scene where he throws this motherfucker into the kitchen onto the fucking oven.
Ugh.
Yeah, and the dude's trying to push himself up, but he puts his hands on the burners.
And the sound of it too, fucking burning. That's like fucking putting a steak around that fucking frying pan.
Yeah, sizzling.
Yep. So he heads outside, fucking bad to the bone. Before it was a punchline.
Yeah. Oh, Eddie. Okay. Yes. Because the only other movie that I ever heard this song in is Christine. And that's at the end of Christine, the Stephen King movie, John Carpenter, right?
It's on that. Yeah. But you've also got Problem Child when the kid is being bad.
Yeah. I ain't watching that fucking shit. So this is literally the only second time I've ever seen this in a fucking movie. And exactly. This is before it became fucking played out.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's okay. So yeah, then he, the owner of the bar is like, "Hey, I can't let you ride off on my buddy's bike here. I'm gonna have to beat your ass and kill you and take it."
Yeah, you can beat him up, you can fry him up in a pan, but I can't let you take his wheels.
Yeah. So he's got a shotgun. Arnold just walks up, snatches the fucking shotgun from the dude, takes his fucking glasses because, you know.
Yeah, why does he take the sunglasses?
Because I think this is going back to the first one where he has to wear the sunglasses because his eye gets fucked up.
Yeah, but his eye's not
So
fucked up here.
It's a callback.
No, but I think that what this is, it's a callback, and this is kind of like a little bit of an upgrade.
And also,
that he knows, like, one of the things I have to protect is my eyes from being seen.
I asked this question to my family, and my daughter was like, "It's because he doesn't
called
blink."
a family meeting. Yeah.
My daughter was like, "It's because he doesn't blink." I'd never noticed that before. He never blinks anytime you see him on screen.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. If you grab the sunglasses to cover that up, be like, I'm looking a little unnatural when I.
Daughter really cute, but she's really smart.
She is really smart.
Quick question: when sex robots are a thing, Tim, do you think they're gonna, like, the idiots that buy them are really gonna need them so realistic that they blink, or do you think people won't notice?
Dude, if that robot ain't rolling his fucking eyes up in his head, I want my money back.
Oh, yeah, that was one of the part of their training for this is
sex
Robert
robots.
Patrick.
Fucking robots?
Yep.
No. Robert Patrick.
I fuck like a robot.
Arnold Schwarzenegger. In their weapons training, they had to train to not blink when shooting the guns. Like when a gun goes off, you're gonna blink.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, I heard that. I don't know about Schwarzenegger, but I know Patrick definitely. He
did.
Practiced shooting.
He was creepy
over and over again, so he couldn't blink when he was shooting the guns off, even though they're blanks. But you know, it's just natural reaction.
Well, some of them aren't blanks when they're just shooting a robot.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, that's true. All right.
Oh man! So
you
elsewhere,
can make the robot not blink.
Elsewhere, we see that a chain link fence has a similar, like, circular burn hole through it. And our hero for this one, Robert Patrick, the T-1000, pops out. Cops, sees him, sees what's going on there, takes out the cop, takes his fucking car, and then hops on the little cop laptop.
See, this is the first time after many times of watching where I was like, oh, you know what? This a little bit doesn't make sense. Why not just, because we find out later on that whatever this T-1000 touches, it can mimic, right?
Yeah.
And we see it later on with somebody. We see it quite often. Why not just mimic this cop? So for the rest of this movie, until he's completed his mission, he can drive around looking like this cop instead of, we found a dead cop. We know what that dead cop's car number was. Be on the lookout for car number 643.
Because then he would run the risk of running into someone who would know him.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah. And so if this is his assigned face, apparently, from Skynet. And so because it's like, it's just handsome enough, but not too handsome where he'd be so recognizable.
No, trust me, Candice. Believe me, I've heard it many times in 2 different languages. He's very handsome.
But he's still like, he still can blend in. And also in the cop uniform, he's going to look like someone you can trust, an authority figure who's very polite. Like he does that on purpose.
The casting of the T-1000 is Robert Patrick is so perfect. Like I do not know who at that time.
No, but just saying, like, make this movie where the original cop driving up in the car is Robert Patrick, and it's just like this thing kills him, and then he becomes Robert Patrick for the rest of the movie.
No, that's true.
That's true. I don't know.
I guess he could eat the body or something.
But I'm not complaining because it's Robert Patrick.
Right.
Yeah, I know.
Candice,
just trying to take him down a peg or two, okay? Every time I watch this movie, I go like, hey, you should see what he looks like in The Sopranos.
Yeah. He does look really good in The Sopranos. There's all those montages of him exercising without a shirt on.
Doesn't matter. Because I saw him exercising plenty in these documentaries about the behind the scenes.
There you go. This is why she did so much research. Her and her husband, right? So
I slap him on the leg.
I don't understand what porn is, and Candice is like, I don't understand what Terminator 2 is.
I slap him on the leg. I'm like, why don't you do that?
Yeah, hey. Go do the push-ups or whatever. Yeah. Why don't you get major reconstructive surgery? I think I'd have to get, like, bones added and removed to look like Robert Patrick. I think it'd be like
I would need a lot of bones and a lot of other things removed to look like Robert Patrick.
Exactly.
Especially in this movie, like, he does look like a Porsche. I always thought he looked like a Blade because he's so like trim.
Yeah.
Every time my wife says that he looks sharp, I Grit my teeth because I can't deny it. He does look sharp in this fucking movie.
This is again, like I was talking to my wife about. Like, you can't come up to me and be like, "Oh, I find Robert Patrick attractive," and you, because it's like, wait a minute, you're
no, come on, Eddie. It's like tits, right? Because big tits are nice, but small tits are nice also, right?
Yeah, you're beautiful in your own special way, Eddie.
Yeah, that's you're on your own tit.
I'm my own tit. That's right. Thank you. So, yeah, T1000 Googles John Connor on the police laptop, finds out he's got some foster parents and a record. So he's a little bit of a troublemaker, Tim. He's a little young Yobo here.
You would think the first thing his mom would teach him is don't leave a record, but yeah.
Maybe she learned that while he was separated from her. Maybe.
Besides, even that, you don't think you're not going to listen to your mom no matter what. Fuck that Terminator. Fuck the world.
That's true. Yeah, maybe you're going to try to be a Terminator if your mom's against him. Right? Be rebellious. Start replacing your limbs with robot parts.
Do a Chiss from Blade Runner?
Yeah. You know what, bitch? Now I'm going to make Skynet. How about that, Mom?
Pull a Tetsuo the Iron Man.
Yeah. Oh, man. So we go back to John, and he's fixing up a bike. He's hanging out with his redhead friend, and they're
oh my god, that redhead.
Danny Cooksey. That's a kid from fucking Different Strokes.
Yes.
He came on the fucking show with Dixie Carter when the show was going downhill, which if it was ever going uphill, I didn't know, but
yeah. Was he in the episode about getting molested? No, that was the friend.
No, that was I think, oh my god, hold on. I think his name was Dudley.
Yes, Dudley.
Yes,
that's
right. Dudley, yeah.
That's a molestable name.
And it was Gordon Jump, the guy from fucking WKRP in Cincinnati that was doing it too. And I'm like, yo, come on, man. Like, what are you telling this little kid's going to get a fucking radio show and a bike?
Jesus. Yeah. Hey, why don't you stand up there on that surfboard and take your shirt off, kid, and your pants? I'm going to hose you down. Close your eyes. You don't want to get it in your eyes. It burns.
There's nothing better than an 80s sitcom that has that very special episode.
Like yes. Like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
That should be another podcast. Let's do that. Like all the very special episodes from the 80s and the 90s. Come on. Hey, what's the one with the fucking bitch getting hopped up on fucking caffeine pills?
You can call them the special educations.
Get this off the air. Someone's going to steal our idea.
My name's Eddie, right? So we could
Eddie
call
Special Eddie.
No, I was going to say Ed's Special.
Special Eddie.
Right. Exactly. The special eds. So
for real, Candice is right. Bleep this shit out because somebody will do that and make a fucking $1 million on that podcast, and I will shoot myself in the head.
My favorite was the one where Edith Bunker got raped.
Oh, no, wait, hold on. You know, here's even more my because I remember watching it because that was a huge fucking lead up to what was going to happen with that show. Do you know how she didn't get raped?
Yeah, how?
She pissed herself.
Oh, that's a good defense. Tim, that sounds like something you come up with.
I'm just saying. I'll never forget. That was like a huge fucking episode. That was the build up on that was so fucking huge.
Tim,
to what was going to happen.
I always joked around that if I ever like someone tried to rape me, I did that. They'd be like, "Oh, you nasty bitch," and they'd like,
She's like, "Oh, she's getting real wet." Somebody might even think you're squirting. Well, I know there is a thing that they sold. I don't know if they still sell it, but that supposedly that this is how women were supposed to protect themselves. It was like it was some kind of like skunk spray. You're supposed to fucking break.
Tim, those were those little fart capsules. That was a prank store.
Wow, that's a fucked up prank. But like, here's how you can not get raped. Here's a fart capsule, and it doesn't work. And the guy's just like, try gaslighting me.
Yeah, come on. I'm immune to that shit. Come on. I think this is my first rodeo, bitch.
I'm pretty sure I will send in a link after the show that there was a device that was sold that when
you were gonna
let something out where it's like incredible fucking smell, where it's like ain't nobody gonna fuck you.
I thought you were gonna talk about that man trap, like condom looking thing that they shove up there with the little teeth in it.
Oh, with the razor blades?
Oh, you know what? Hold on. You know what, Eddie? You said that every woman should have a gun.
Yep.
I'm gonna do you one better. Not only should they have a gun, but they should have one of those.
Yeah.
You know what? In fact, depending who you are and where you are, two of those.
Yeah, you know what? They should have them, and they should be inspected to make sure they have them before they go out too, Tim. Gotta make sure.
This is going too far.
This is going too
come
far.
on, Candice. Okay. This is two men deciding on what should be put in a woman's body to protect her from men who can't control themselves. Come on.
This got nothing to do with you, Candice. What are you talking about? No. So him and his shithead friend are fixing up a bike, and they go off and just hack an ATM for money.
Oh, did you do that kind of hacking back in the day?
No.
Is that a real thing?
No, that's not a real thing. Hacking. I mean, so there are ways that you're better off just skimming ATMs like nowadays.
You do the salami thing, right? Where you take 5 cents out of every account or whatever. Nobody notices.
Thing. Yeah, that's commonly known as the salami thing, Tim.
What does that have to do with salami?
You take a slice at a time. Nobody knows. If you steal the whole thing, where's my salami?
Right.
Oh my God. I've never heard that.
Tim's analogies are all meat related, so you got.
No, I'm talking 1980s, 1990s terminology for computer internet scams.
Yeah. No, you're right.
If you hacked into a bank and you took all the money out of everybody's bank account, they're going to catch you 1, 2, 3.
Right.
But if every single bank account in Bank of America, TD Bank, Citibank, whatever, if you only took 10 cents from every bank account, nobody's going to notice that, and you make a lot of fucking money. Salami. That's it.
Who were they scamming on the internet in the 1980s?
Back then, what it was pretty much bank accounts, because that was like the only thing. That was like the first thing on the internet that you could do.
No, it was still catfishing back then. It was just guys pretending to be girls and
pretending to be bankers.
Yes, I'm your teller.
Yeah. Oh man, so. Yeah, that fucking, and I do have to say though, I do love the step parents, specifically the stepdad.
No, they're foster parents.
Right.
Oh, okay. How the fuck do these people become foster parents? And Todd this is the one they pick.
Todd's like this because the mom's all
Todd.
like,
yeah, I'm Todd, 100%. I'm Todd.
Todd rules.
Todd. Okay, Todd is not a bloody buddy, but he should be because he is Trevor from Candyman.
Oh, yeah, we got to cover
that's
Candyman.
Right. We got to do. You know what we got to do? We got to do that and the remake, which is even better than the original, maybe.
Yeah. Why is it always a candy man? Why isn't it a candy woman? You know what I mean?
That's not scary. That just sounds hot.
Candy woke, yeah.
So, then we get to meet Sarah Connor. She's getting jacked in the mental hospital.
Yeah, this is like my son, when we were watching this, he goes, is anyone from the first movie in this? And it was watching Linda Hamilton doing these pull-ups. And I was like...
I thought he was going to say, can she turn green?
I said, that's Sarah Connor. And he goes, oh, I thought that was a dude.
Oh. Yeah. She rules. She like
does got pecs, though.
True. I like they're talking about her, and they're like, "Yeah, we have to have her locked up because she stabbed me with my pen in my leg. So keep an eye on her. How about that?" So then our buddy, the T-1000, he goes visiting Todd in company, acting like a cop. He's like, "Hey, just looking for your kid. Yeah, where's he at?" They're like, "I don't fucking know. We're foster parents. We're just cashing checks here, baby." He's like, "Yeah,
we have
I
a
get
picture
it.
For some reason.
I get it."
Plus, the kid's an asshole.
Yeah, the kid does suck, and he takes a look at the picture. He's like, "That's a good looking kid." I'm like, "What does this guy go to Dairy Queen?" What's up with that?
Jealous because my daughter is adorable and a genius.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and she's also violent. Because when we were in between the movies, she out of nowhere just ran up to her brother and punched him in the stomach and said, "I'm the Terminator."
Wow, nice, Candice.
That's good. Shit. Yeah. So
you're raising them kids right.
They do let out though that the other Terminator. Oh yeah, has this got something to do with that big dude on the bike that was looking for him
Yeah, you know, the
before?
fucking Hell's Angels motherfucker who showed up and like, hey, yeah, I think he went to the Galleria.
Yeah, and he didn't talk weird or anything. He didn't behave like he was not human, so he wasn't very remarkable when we talked to him.
All I know is he didn't crush my remote control car, so he's okay with us. So,
Fair. Yeah, that's true. So then we go back to Sarah, right? She's having her like mental hospital parole meeting, I guess. I didn't know this was a thing.
Well, no, hold on, Candice, because you worked in a mental hospital,
I did,
right?
yeah.
All
You
right,
do
so
get
is
evaluated.
every 6 months?
It's somewhere around there, yeah.
Again,
And
Like,
when
it's
they
pretty
like
often.
say all right, you pass, you're going to get out tomorrow, or when they say if you don't pass, they can give you like it's going to be at least another 6 months or a year.
It depends on I've worked at this is the same kind of hospital, maximum security, and so it was criminals in there, and it depends on the deal their lawyer made. Like, it's different for each person.
So she wants to get to minimum security and have some visits with her son, and they're like, okay, well that makes sense. Let's talk about when you melted a Terminator. Remember when you said that? She's like, yeah, that's not real. There wasn't any evidence about it, right? We just cut to the lab where they've got the Terminator parts.
Yep.
And then back to her, and they're like, yeah, I think you're just saying, what we want to hear instead of the truth. I think you still believe in Terminator.
Well, I mean, yeah, come on, that's pretty far to come back from, right?
Yeah.
Between I saw a robot from the future, I fucked a guy from the future who got me pregnant with the guy who's going to save us all in the future.
Yeah, I mean,
and then oh no, wait a second, yeah, that's right, I made that old shit up. Let me go.
Yeah, nah, never mind. And then she's like, fuck, yeah, you know what? You're right. I am making up. This beats his fucking ass for him.
Oh, yeah. Kicks his ass.
So good, then. I love it. Every scene is.
And you believe it, too.
Oh, yeah. Every scene, either begins or ends in violence.
True.
Because that's how you solve problems, folks. So we go back to John, right? And they're doing their weird, just kind of rallying their bikes in the fucking whatever that cement ditch California River thing, whatever we're supposed to call that.
It's so funny because they're listening to that Guns N' Roses song.
You Could Be Mine by Guns N' Roses off of the album Appetite for Destruction.
Yeah, they're listening to that song, but because they're on a dirt bike, they have to use like a battery operated radio.
Oh, yeah.
It's not even a boombox. It's smaller than that. It's just one of those little dinky radios.
Yeah.
They got it blasting.
Oh, they do so much better nowadays when we have fucking those Bluetooth speakers everywhere.
Yeah, they'd be fine.
Where
they wouldn't even have to be listening to the same thing.
Where everybody's their own fucking DJ nowadays. I go to the park and I get to hear like 15 different Kanye songs at the same time. Like, oh, that's great. And they all suck too. So, yeah, Arnold, though, he spots him. And he's like, oh, shit, I got to whip this fucking thing around. Causes like a 15-car pileup, by the way.
Yeah, this is one of the things that they wanted to do to set them apart from each other is Robert Patrick is like being polite to people, like asking them nicely about information. Yeah. And Arnold Schwarzenegger just bulldozes through everything around him to get to his target.
It's the classic finesse versus just brute force that you've got,
It just more accentuates the difference between them.
Yeah, yeah, and we're fans of the brute force for this one. That's our hero. So, this is a movie that could only be made in America.
Oh yeah,
the sensibilities on display here when they just go to the Galleria, when they just go to the mall and just destroy. I fucking love it. So yeah, Arnold goes to and by the way, the kid stole $300. He's just like playing arcade games and eating Twizzlers.
I mean, you're a kid. What else are you going to do? You're going hitting up the arcade and eating candy.
You buy a gun.
He's also supposed to be 10, remember?
Oh yeah, that's true.
Even though no fucking way Edward Furlong was 10.
No, not at all.
Especially since he was going through puberty.
Yeah, not at all. Not at all. So Arnold, he comes walking into the mall and he brought flowers for the young boy. I guess he heard how attractive he was. And this is when we have the not really a cat and mouse. It's just the rush, the race. Who's going to get to the kid first?
You see the body language change on the T-1000.
Yes.
Because when he first walks in, He's like politely walking around people scanning, but as soon as he recognizes John Connor, he starts like literally flinging kids to the side.
Dude,
Like he like
just
no one
Okay,
can
sorry. I
stop
was taking
him.
a long piss because I already had 2 beers.
gotcha.
How great is it? Because this is the whole Guns N' Roses video, right? But you
Yeah.
have him with the gun, with the roses, and then stepping on the rose. And I've seen this movie, like I said, 20 times straight through, 30 or 40 times from this part to that part. This is still such an incredibly tense fucking scene.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
absolutely.
Robert Patrick, to get his movement down, he watched videos of sharks because he wanted that
Thank you,
like look,
Discovery Channel in
that predator
1990.
look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shark Week.
That makes
If
so
Shark
much
Week,
sense.
if Shark Week would have started in 1992, this would have been a whole different movie.
Oof.
Yeah.
Man, it's just so amazing, this performance.
T1000 asks the redhead friend if he's seen John. He's like, no, of course not. He goes to John. He's like, look, remember how we robbed an ATM? Well, the cops
We
are
need to get the
looking
fuck
for
out
Let me
of
you.
tell you,
here.
this is the fucking friend you want, right?
Yep,
Yeah,
ride or
that kid's
die,
a good
baby.
liar.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Cool. No, I don't know him.
Yeah, I've never heard of that fucking guy. See ya. So, no, he locks in on him. Like you said, he's just stiff arming fucking toddlers and like kicking people's windpipe to get to
Yep.
him. It's fucking great, man. Arnold, though, slow walk, pulls out the fucking shotgun and just blasts Patrick. And this is when we get our first giant, like, metal wound prosthetic.
Yeah.
Oh,
on him.
yes. Well, here's a question I have. Why does he look at Arnold like he recognizes him? The only thing that he would have going on
They,
about it would be his mother's recollection of this and telling him the story over and over again. But
there's,
he looks at Schwarzenegger like, oh, fuck, that's the Terminator.
Yeah. Well, also because that Terminator is wanted for the police shooting in 1984.
also, there's a
Like-
line that's almost a throwaway when they're talking about going to see the dude, that dude Dyson, and Arnold says, "We should be careful where we're going. He has access to all of my files," referring to the T1000. So
Mhm.
it's presumable that information about Arnold is in his files.
All right.
All right. Well, there you go.
There you go. Solve that problem.
Confounded
Yep.
with logic. How about that? So yeah, no, shotgun, just boom, and we get one of those great metal wounds on him. So then they get into a tussle.
Which,
And-
by the way, instead of they made special squibs just for this. Because
yeah?
when he shoots him, that's what the fucking squib is. Those fucking, like, blown out fucking metal
Oh,
bullets.
right. Yeah. No, that makes sense. It
Because
looks,
you can see them they are physically on Robert Patrick.
yeah, it looks fantastic too.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. And then we just get them fighting through the mall, but because they're these fucking robots,
Hold
they're
on.
throwing
Sorry.
each other through
I'm a little
walls.
bit drunk, a little bit high.
Uh-huh.
You do not understand the impact that when you see in this movie the first time.
Yep.
Okay? Forget how much has been in all of culture. Is when Schwarzenegger is taking this guy and he's throwing him through the fucking wall,
Yeah.
pounding him through the wall. Then all of a sudden, he turns around and throws Arnold Schwarzenegger through the fucking wall.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
you're
and
like,
the whole-
holy shit, this is fucking stronger than fucking Schwarzenegger is.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh man, my son was so serious watching this movie. He's like talking through the plot while we're watching it. Like he never looked away from the screen. And he's
Nice.
like my sister, not my sister, his sister.
Oh shit! Oh shit! You bought that shit, Candice. You bought that shit. It's
No,
canon now. You're a fucking
Candice.
sister, not a mom.
No, I didn't.
Get high on your own supply, Candice.
Yeah.
She was like, "Wow, he's really strong." And my son's like, "He is smarter, he is faster, he is stronger than T800." Like, he was like so dead serious.
So they're gonna.
He's like, Mom, you taught me math. He's T1000. I know how that works in technology. Yeah, no, it was such a, again,
Yeah.
seeing this movie, high-end fucking Vicodin, not knowing anything about this, just watching that Stan Winston fucking
Man.
trailer. And like, holy shit, wait a second. Who's the good guy? Who's the bad guy? And now I kind of know who it is. But wait a second. This little motherfucker is stronger than fucking the original Terminator. Oh
Yeah.
shit.
That's not a good sign.
Manhandling him. Like,
And
not
none of
even
them make a
close.
sound. That's like an actor's choice. They were
Mhm.
like,
Yep.
we're
Yeah.
robots, we wouldn't grunt when
Yeah,
we
No,
got
of course
hit.
not. So finally, he gets away from the T1000, gets to John, right? And they get the fuck out of there, gets him to safety, right? Fires up a bike, because John's down trying to get away from Patrick, who's chasing him with the
Again, another
crazy
fucking tense scene. Every time I watch
farm.
this, like, he's gonna fucking catch him. He's gonna fucking catch him.
And in real life, he does.
Yeah,
because he's Robert fucking Patrick.
They get down to the parking structure. He hops on the dirt bike and chases him, and it's just fucking fantastic. What a great scene! Chases him down into the California River. They go zipping down that one, and Schwarzenegger fires up his bike, goes down, does the "come with me if you want to live, motherfucker" move.
Yeah, my son smiled.
Throws him on the back. He's like driving off with him on this fucking Harley.
And this is the worst part of the movie to watch in 4K.
Yeah, it does look a little rough.
Holy shit! That fucking stunt double for Edward Furlong on that motorcycle scene
does not look like him.
He's like
a 70-year-old dwarf or whatever you want to fucking call him, little person, whatever. I'm sorry, I'm drunk, but it is so jarring that I don't know the proper term to use.
I was just watching that episode of Seinfeld where Kramer's friend is the little person. And he's talking about how he does blocking for that kid actor. He's like, this fucking kid grew 2 inches over the summer. I can't do this anymore, man. I could pull off 4.2, 4.3 tops. So they're trying to get the kid to smoke to stunt his growth. Yeah, no, dude. Oh my god. So yeah, then
they should all be on the blood bank pretty soon, right? Seinfeld?
No way. So the T-1000, right, steals an 18-wheeler.
Oh, man. Woo! This part.
Again, I've never seen any kind of stunt like this before.
No.
Where somebody's thrown out of a moving vehicle and they land on their feet.
Yeah.
He doesn't do a roll. He doesn't do a Kirk from Star Trek roll. He's landing on his fucking feet.
Lands on his fucking feet. Crazy. So he's chasing them now down the California River. Whatever.
Do the music, Candice. Come on.
What? What music?
From the chase scene.
I couldn't tell you what it is. The only real theme I remember is whenever Robert Patrick's on the screen, because it's like duh, 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 duh.
That's the music.
Okay.
Yeah. So chasing him down there, and then they hit like where there's an overpass and it divides into 2 tunnels.
And I thought they got away. Like, when I first watched this, I was like, oh, they're safe. They got away. And then, bam.
Nope. 18-wheeler fucking nails the center, the divide. Just blows up to shit. Fire fucking everywhere. They turn back, they're looking, they're like, oh, yeah, he's fucking toast, right? I mean, you see this show, you're like, okay, well now they're going to send another one out to get him, I guess. Nah, Arnold's like, yeah, no, we're fucked. We got to get out of here, man. Goes away, and you just see liquid metal fucking Terminator walk out of the flames. It's like, god damn.
Oh, it's so awesome.
We're fucked. We're fucked. We're completely fucked. So yeah, when they get to safety, in fact, John's like, hey, you're a Terminator, right, dude? It's like, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, like, whoa, hold on a second.
You're not going to kill me? Like, nah, you sent me from the future to protect you because you hacked me.
Oh, man. Yeah, this is where I have in my notes. Whoever came up with the idea of a liquid metal assassin should get a Nobel Prize. I don't care what for.
Yep. Fantastic.
Well, I don't know if it would be a Nobel Prize, Candice.
Yeah, this is when my son was trying to figure out why the Terminator's nice. Because he also thought that T-800's the bad guy in this movie because he was in the last one.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's like trying to talk through the plot, trying to figure out what's happening.
The T-101.
T-101?
Oh,
yeah, Arnold's a T-101. He's not a T-800.
What?
Google it.
Oh my god. I'll just take your word for it. I'll just admit I was wrong.
Candice, don't do that, because the last time you did that, there was something about an erection and a pissing that you took his word for, right?
Oh yeah, what? You're right.
You better Google it. And then your head's gonna
Rule 34.
Like
Google.
Scanners. No, don't. Not that, Tim. No, not that. Anything but that. So yeah.
Oh shit. Cyberdyne Systems Model 101. Or the T-800. Or the T-800. It says it right here.
He refers to himself as the 101 in this movie, so that's what I'm going with.
So, okay, sure.
he tells him, oh yeah, that other guy chasing us, that's the T-1000. He's made out of liquid metal, so we're completely fucked. Anyhow, good luck, dude. So he's like, great, I'm gonna go call my foster parents. They suck, but they should probably know and not call the cops to look for me or something.
Yeah, and the Terminator's like, no, they're already dead.
Yeah, he's like, no, they're toast.
They're
like,
fucked.
no, I gotta call him. He's like, all right, fine. And I love they go to the payphone. He's like, I don't have a quarter. And he just punches a hole into the coin slot.
Mike, every time the Terminator does something like this, my kids would go, "Oh God!"
Yeah,
they're like, "Why does he keep doing stuff like this?"
Again, it's if America was a hero, that's the Terminator, right? Just the
take it.
Approach. Just
you want something, take it.
Just direct and
wait. You told me not to do this exact thing. Okay.
Yeah.
I won't do that exact thing.
So like he calls him up and he's like, "Hey, not really, Mom. Just want to let you know I'm out." And she's like, "Oh, that's cool. I'm cooking beef stew." And
tip off number one. That's
he's
it.
Like, wait a minute. He's like, that's weird. She's not nice. What the fuck?
She doesn't cook.
Yeah.
He's a vegan.
We hear the dog barking. And Todd's like, I'm gonna shut that shit up, the fucking dog.
Oh, yeah. I was telling my kids, do not look away from this scene.
Yeah, because it's so good. And Arnold takes the phone, mimics his fucking voice. He's like, hey, what's the fucking dog's name? He's like, oh, it's Max. He's like, all right. Hey, not Mom. What's wrong with Wolfie? And she's like, oh, nothing's wrong.
This is a bad ADR. Yes.
Nothing's wrong with Wolfie. He's fine. So then he hangs up.
It's like, your mom's dead.
He's like, yeah, they're dead. And we cut back to the mom.
Yeah, my name's Caddy.
We cut back to the mom, Janelle, arm katana'd through Todd's fucking milk. He's drinking out of the carton like an asshole. Through his mouth, out the back of his fucking head.
Because the T-1000 had to shut him up. It fucked him over.
There's a missing persons kit on that missing kids picture on the back of that notebook.
It would Furlong.
Yeah. No, it's Todd. So
no, he'd be wanted for making the kids missing.
Yeah. So we cut back to Sarah, right? And now,
and that chick's the one from Aliens, Ramirez.
Oh,
Is
really?
It?
Yes.
Huh? I'll be damned.
I did not recognize her. How about that? So I gotta go back and
redo quite a transformation. Yeah.
I remember I had a friend who told me that I was like Ramirez in Aliens.
I don't remember Ramirez in Aliens having a katana for an arm. I'll have to go rewatch that. But so, yeah. Then he hangs up and he's like, "Yeah, they're dead. Let's go." Oh man. Then
it's okay. It's a force of parents.
Yeah.
It's not real. You hate them to begin with, right?
Right.
Now you don't have to clean up your room.
Yeah. Then we get the ad Foster's Australian for Parents. I had to do something to pander to the Australians, okay? So we cut back.
Yeah, because they love their forces down under.
It's their favorite beer, #1 beer of Australia. So we cut back to Sarah, and now she's just being interrogated by the police, I guess.
Well, yeah, because in that mall thing, we see, I think the guy who took the picture, I think he's like a producer or something like that.
Yeah, because they're talking to him, and he's all like, listen, here's like snapshots of when, well, you know what happened in Terminator 1, and here's Arnold. Now we've got some pictures here from today at the mall, and here he is again. Now, do you know anything about this?
And he doesn't look any older, yeah.
Yeah. She just doesn't say a word. And they're like, all right, never mind. Bring her back.
Well, yeah, because at this point, she's already supposed to be doped up, right?
Right. So then
and she also palmed a hair clip.
Yeah.
I mean, a paper clip.
The paper clip, yeah.
Yep.
Candice, how poor were you?
What?
You had a paper clip and a hair clip mixed up?
Using them
high, leave me alone.
She's high.
Oh, you're not poor, that high. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's how she forgets about growing up poor, is by getting high now.
Exactly. Get all the weed I want.
When I was a kid, I had to use a paper clip to put my hair back. Now I can use it to hold the joint.
I'm not poor anymore, bitch. Now I'm Republican.
There you go.
I'm rich, bitch. Yeah.
So yeah, John starts whining about growing up with his mom and how she'd hook up with like whoever could teach her military training or like survivalist training. Yeah, just whatever, whatever was needed to get us going and get us where we needed to be. So he's like, and
She was a
now,
whore for war.
Yeah,
yep,
could you imagine being raised with this kind of mom where she gives you zero love and affection, but she keeps telling you that you're important, you're going to save humanity
yeah, listen,
in the future because robots are going
Like
to
some
take over
fucking
the earth?
QAnon shit.
Yeah. You would be like, my mother is absolutely fucking insane.
which would make sense because she's in a fucking nut house right now.
Exactly.
But she did teach me how to hack banks, so there's that.
It is useful, yeah. So he's like, but she's my mom, so we got to go rescue her. And Arnold's like, yeah, we're not going to do that
Because
because
that's what the
That's what
T-1000
I
is
would
going
do.
to do.
Yes.
T-1000.
I was gonna do that shit. What do you think this motherfucker's gonna do?
Yeah, he's going to go there. He's going to kill her. He's going to mimic her. He's going to kill you. So then John's like, he's like, no, I'm going to go fucking do it. You can't tell me what to do. Grabs him, starts screaming. He's like, let me go. So he does. But got the attention of a couple local street toughs.
Oh my god, these two. I was like, how'd they
This is
audition for
this is where fucking Fight Club meets this fucking universe.
Yeah. Yeah, because they're
That's how
out
we
there.
connect them, yeah.
Yeah, they
How
just
did they
outside
cast
fighting.
these roles? It's like, let's find the biggest meatheads and like make them bring all the hair they own.
Got a mullet? You're hired.
Yeah, that was part of the budget was the mullet, man, because these mullets were on point. Oh my god, that's another thing. Watching anything from the 90s and just seeing like the big action star or wrestlers
Yeah,
or
did we
whatever.
mention that the redhead had a mullet?
Yes, he's got a red mullet. Tim, you like redheads, so that should work for you.
I like redheads, but I always hated Danny Cooksey because he ruined Different Strokes. That was it. It was all downhill from that.
You're gingerist.
You were a big Different Strokes fan, so you had to.
I won't say I was a Different Strokes fan, but there's only so many fucking shows to watch before fucking cable TV. So
Tim, I'll bet some
you just
people,
made a show I didn't like even worse.
But Tim, I'll bet some people tuned in for it. Different strokes for different folks.
That's true.
Yeah. So you can't judge; it's in the title.
Like a bike salesman for some reason.
So then this is when John learns that if he orders Arnold to do something, he has to do it.
My kids thought this shit was hilarious.
Yeah.
Any of the stuff of like John Connor teaching, the T-800 to be more human, they thought was so funny.
I hated that shit, man.
I know.
I'm going to say this was the first time I love this fucking movie to death, okay? This was one of the biggest disappointments in this movie.
Yeah.
When what we're going to see is coming up.
Because the toughs come over, they're like, hey, what are you doing with this little boy that's clearly not your child in a dark
and he's
alley?
Screaming that I don't know this man.
Dressed like like the Terminator. I mean, I don't know how else to say it. And he's all like, all right, well, it's fine. It's fine. They're like, no, it's not fine. We're gonna call the cops.
Yeah, we're butting in here. This is at the worst we're gonna have to worry about is manslaughter, right?
Yeah. Right, exactly. So John's like, fight these guys, man. I ordered you to fight them. So Arnold's like, fuck, you don't got to tell me.
You forgot the moi part.
Well,
right?
We're getting to the worst part.
Yeah.
The order that John gives him that almost ruins the movie.
Within 3 minutes, we get the moi. And then this fucking scene where he gives the order.
He tells him, you are not allowed to kill anybody, period.
They make it work, though.
Yeah.
They do. They make it work because it's James Cameron. But still, when I'm watching this and I'm like, wait a second, I've already watched the first one. I've seen what's going on so far with this shit. He wrecked the fucking Hells Angels.
Yeah.
Fucking Robert Patrick is fucking pushing little kids out of the way, breaking their fucking necks, putting them in wheelchairs for the rest of their fucking lives, for the never play Afterburner ever again.
Yep.
This is kind of a letdown. It's like one of those moments where you're like, okay, you know what? Schwarzenegger's too big of a star to do this.
I will say, though, he puts like a bitchiness into the way that he fights people from here on out, where he's like, what's the maximum I could...
Like I said, yes, he for the rest of this movie, Schwarzenegger skirts these fucking rules like a fucking super religious person. Like, wait a second, I can't do this on this day.
Right.
So wait a second, though, if I do it this way, it's okay.
He's Mr. Technicality.
Yeah.
beats the shit out of him. And he's like, okay, now I order you to help me go get my mom, right? So we go back to the hospital, speaking of mom, and this is when Sarah gets transported to her room. She gets cuffed down. And this is when we meet Rick, the night guard, who
is
gives
his name
her
really
just,
Rick?
No.
Okay. I was going to say, wait a second, because how did I not have that fucking written down as a mental note? Because I have no notes for this thing, but I would have picked up on that.
And he just gives her this big old ice cream cone Dairy Queen lick up the side of her face.
Oh, it's so gross. I said, ew. And my son goes, boy, I wish I was him.
Yeah.
Wow, Candice.
He's joking, obviously, but when I started laughing, he goes, why are you laughing? I'm not joking.
Well, I mean, to be fair,
he's like, I want to change my middle name to Buck.
To be fair, it's a pretty good deal. You get all the sex you want, and you don't have to deal with commitment.
Well, see, I was looking at the technicality you can get out of is like I was testing to see if she was really comatose or not, or if she was faking it, right? Because what would she hate the most that I could do to her?
Well, I could cornhole her.
Do the Yobo move.
She's not children of the corn anymore.
Yeah. Do you think she'd flinch if you put her thumb up her ass?
That's a good test. You know how they used with the putting the mirror under the nose to see if they're still breathing?
Yeah.
No, that would be the second thing in my book that I would do to check and see if somebody was dead or not. First thing is to stick a finger up their ass. Then if they don't move, then you put the mirror underneath their nose.
Gotcha. Yeah, that works. So yeah, he just licks her face. It's very disgusting. Then he leaves, and right as soon as he leaves, she spits out the paperclip and starts making.
She really learned how to do this, by the way.
Yeah, she really learned how to do this.
To pick a lock, you can tell because the way she's doing it is how you would do it. So, I mean,
wow, Eddie knows. Look at that. He's like looking at it. Goes, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, no, actually,
10 on lock picking.
Tim, funny to bring that up. A while ago, I was really nervous about getting carpal tunnel from typing all day at work.
Yeah.
So I was
to prevent that, you learned how to pick locks.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Tell the story.
Yeah. So I ordered a lock picking set and a couple of little security locks. Because people at work will do like with a Rubik's Cube or a hand exerciser or something. But me, I was like, look, I can multitask here. I can, keep dexterity in my hands as well as level up in Skyrim. Why wouldn't I do that? So no,
pickpocket 100.
Pretty accurate, man. And so she goes to escape, but oh fuck, the T-1000 shows up, right?
Could you even imagine? Because this is every nightmare she's had for years, for 10 years.
She's
and it's walking through the door right now.
Partly sedated, and now the T-1000, her fucking nightmare.
She's almost free. She's almost out of this fucking hellhole. And there is her last fucking thing standing in front of her. Bam. Yeah.
And I love him emerging from the floor to take out the security guard.
Oh God! Again, well,
fantastic.
Twins. Not the first time we're going to see twins in this movie being used.
Yeah.
And for real, again, I don't care how many times you watch this movie. If you haven't watched this in the last 6 months, watch it again just to see how much the effects stand up.
Yeah.
I bet you anything, the last fucking Marvel movie that came out has nothing at all on the fucking special effects that's in this fucking movie from 1991.
Oh, yeah, no chance.
Yeah, a lot of the documentaries I watched, they mentioned that specifically.
Yeah.
One literally compared it to The Flash. And they were like, like many people still can't achieve this effect.
Damn.
For real, I would say definitely any Marvel movie after what was it, Endgame, definitely nothing holds up to it. And it's just that scene where he's coming out of the floor is so fucking good. It's seamless.
Yep. And he clones the security guard, sticks his finger out, and gives him the finger poke of fucking doom right through the guy's eye.
Because it's been established that the T-1000 can turn into any blade or like a metal object, but it can't turn into a gun because there's too many mechanical moving parts.
Plus, it would require chemicals like the gunpowder to create combustion. He can't do that. Just basic, implements.
Which, all right, here's something that's going to come back that always made me that from the beginning, from the first time I saw this movie, I remember. Oh shit, my phone. I remember thinking this is a little bit strange. anything that the T-1000 touches, it can mimic, right? So the guy stepped on the floor. That's why he can now mimic this guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Later on, we're going to see he stabs Sarah Connor. He cuts her, at least in the elevator scene coming up. And at one point, after the car chase, Edward Furlong touches that piece of metal and throws it off the car. And I'm thinking, okay, he touched both of them now.
Well, okay, so someone did try to explain this in one of the documentaries.
Okay, I knew I knew Candice had like 18 more pages of notes. She was just waiting to dig into. Go ahead.
Ever since the mess up with the name of the dog, he realizes that if he tried to replicate Sarah Connor, it would be easily fooled, like easily able to be pulled off. Not be pulled off. I mean, because they would just have to ask something like, "Oh, do you remember when this happened?" And then he wouldn't. So they would immediately
so just
know.
like Schwarzenegger says, the more dealings I have with people, the more realistic I become. The same thing with the T-1000. He's learning. Okay.
Yep. So he's learned.
I like that answer from hopefully Reddit and not BitChute, Candice.
Yeah. Plus, what would it benefit him to look like the kid?
Yeah. He's trying to kill the kid.
Yeah,
the kid's not going to approach himself. He's going to be like, "Oh, this is bad.
It's me, you, let's go."
Speaking of the Flash, yeah.
Yeah. So, he finger poke dooms the guy through the fucking eye, then stashes the body. Now, Buck, the security guard,
Buck is his cousin.
Yeah, Rick.
Buck is his cousin who got him this job. I guarantee you.
Cousin Rick.
Rick's looking around because he's like, "What the fuck is going on here?" Goes into the broom closet and sees one of the mop handles is busted off. He's like, "That's weird." Turns around. Sarah just bashes the fuck out of him with a mop handle.
Yep. Splatters his nose.
And just
it's so satisfying.
Fucks him up, man, so bad. And then locks him in her old room and takes his baton.
Yep.
So then
she looks like such a badass when she's like padding down the hallway.
She knows how to hold that fucking baton when she's. Oh my god! Yep, she really put the fucking time into this movie.
Oh yeah.
What did she do after this, by the way?
She's a real striker from Mortal Kombat with that baton, Tim.
Striker, Jesus.
People like my reference.
Which one of the people I know is Striker's name, but
put him in Mortal Kombat.
What did she do after this?
I mean, I'm trying to think anything.
Because this should be a breakout role. If the original Terminator wasn't a breakout role, this should be the role that she could do Sigourney Weaver style things in the 80s, 90s, right?
Yeah, that's a good point. Huh. She was in Dante's Peak.
Oh, God.
Come on. Yeah, those special effects really hold up. Yeah.
No, I don't know. I mean, just like a single episode of shows like Weeds or...
That's really crazy. Because she's fucking Sarah Connor. They
I
made
know.
a fucking TV show about her character.
Yeah.
But after this movie, she didn't do anything else?
Well, she was in an episode of According to Jim, Tim.
Oh, boy.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Yeah. So...
That means she likes Jim Belushi because there's no way that she's going to do that fucking show. She doesn't like Jim Belushi.
Okay,
right?
I got a big question to ask you guys.
Okay.
Who would win in a fight, Furiosa or Sarah Connor in this movie?
Oh, Sarah Connor.
Think Sarah Connor could beat Furiosa?
That's a good question. I might have to go Sarah Connor. I think you might be right.
Ooh, you think she got
let
the
me tell you, because
skills?
first of all, as soon as Sarah Connor sees that fucking arm, she's gonna get triggered and she's gonna go fucking nuts.
That's true.
That's
That is true. Okay, who would win in a fight then out of her and Aaron from Your Next?
Oh, Sarah Connor.
Yeah,
come on.
Yeah, Sarah Connor.
There's nobody, I think, in action movies, for real, I don't think there's anybody you can put up against Sarah Connor. For how bad all the fucking the second, third, fourth, fifth movie, whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Just
whenever she's
movie,
in it, she's always the worst fucking badass ever.
Yeah, and I always say in
the
this
best
movie,
badass ever, I should say.
Specifically, T2, Sarah Connor.
I might have to go.
Yeah, because in the first, there's an arc between. It wasn't incredible, but there's an arc between this one and the second movie because she's definitely fucking completely changed, done a 180 from the first movie. Because now she knows shit is real.
I might have to
Alex
go
Jones is right, and now she figured that shit out. Yeah.
I might have to go with Chev Chelios from the Crank movies. Could take her.
Because he would just never stop. He's another Terminator.
That dude fell out of a helicopter and landed on the fucking ground.
He's not going to survive fucking a furnace. And what's the gas that makes you fucking freeze?
Oh, liquid. The liquid nitrogen.
Liquid nitrogen.
That's a good point. So yeah, she heads over to the control room, knocks out one of the guards, grabs his syringe, the sedative, tranks him in the ass with it. Then the doctor that was interviewing her earlier breaks his fucking arm.
Yep.
Draws
because she already broke his kneecap from the beginning of the show. Yeah.
Dude's a dick anyway.
Draws Drano out of the syringe. And just, he's like, what the fuck are you going to do?
All right, now, here's my other question is, by puncturing that bottle of Drano with the needle, isn't there enough Drano on the outside of that syringe that's already stuck into his neck that's going to fucking kill him? Does she really have to inject the rest of it?
I mean, you want to go that extra step, though, to be extra sure.
But he's fucked either way because the amount, whatever amount of that's on the outside of the syringe that's stuck into the bottle is now stuck into his neck, which is going into his blood system, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
I think it would be like being poisoned with Drano. Like a trace amount's going to make you feel unwell, but it's not going to kill you.
It's Drano.
Yeah, I don't think Drano could dissolve human flesh, Tim.
No, but you don't want it in your fucking blood system.
Yeah, but
if you pour a little bit of Drano in your arm, that's okay. That's not going to be. That's fucked up.
Yeah, but Tim,
a drop if you put it in your blood system,
that's not.
I don't think a drop of it is going to do it.
Okay, you know what? Let's start a new fucking TikTok challenge, okay? Right now.
Oh, God, Tim, no.
Yeah, Tim, if you can
just to make me, the bleeding heart liberal from New York, cry, do this challenge and let me know what happened. Yeah,
Tim, if you can figure out TikTok to make a video, put it up there, and make it a challenge, I say go for it. Tim,
all right,
Tim, this
challenge accepted.
This is the guy that told me not to send him the only copy of MP3s. Yeah. So then she takes him hostage, right, and then heads out with him with the fucking needle in his neck. Like, look, don't fuck around.
In his neck, not like held up to it, but in it.
In his neck. He's like, look, don't fuck around, or I'm plunging this shit.
An air bubble would do the same thing, but
that's true. Well, this is better.
It's not as dramatic. Doesn't look as cool,
man. Then she mostly makes it out of the hospital until one of the orderlies gets the drop on her hanging around the corner, knocks the doctor loose.
Yo, this guy does a fucking Batman move, right?
He does,
because he fucking yanks the fucking syringe right at the guy's arm. Right at his neck. Yeah.
And then he hits the alarm, so her ass has to run now, right?
No, the chick with the broken arm hits the alarm.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So she hits the alarm. Now she's got to fucking get out of there. She blasts through a door, then locks that behind her, runs through
She breaks off the key in the lock.
Again, for real. All right, between the three of us, how many times have we seen this movie?
A million.
Yeah,
okay. And it's still fucking tense right at when she breaks that fucking key into the goddamn lock.
Yeah. And this is
you still gonna think maybe she's gonna get caught.
Yeah, you still feel it.
Yeah, and then they all get trapped behind it, but then this is where the fucking T-1000 just walks through liquid metal.
And Dr. Dickhead realizes Alex Jones is right all the time.
Yeah. And I love the touch of he goes to walk through and he has to like move the gun.
Yeah, because it clinks against the clink. He's like, rotate that out of the way. Then she runs over, hits the elevator button. It opens up. It's fucking Arnold. She's like, shit. Shit, it's going to fucking kill me. He tries to get away from him.
Wait, hold on. Which one made a mistake? Because I think she's already seen Arnold at this point, right?
No, she hasn't.
No. This is the first time she sees Arnold. She hasn't even seen the T-1000 yet. It's pursuing her, but she's not aware of that.
Oh, that's right.
At this point.
Yes. Yeah. I guess it's me wrong. Go ahead.
So then the mom is, or the son is all like, look, he's cool. Don't worry. He's with me. She's like, fuck, I guess. Gets into the elevator, right? And this is when T-1000 does his cool blade arm into the elevator doors. It changes right in front of you into like two little pry hooks.
Seamlessly.
And then rips it open. And just as he opens it, though, fucking Arnold just blows his head to pieces, point blank with that shotgun.
Incredible fucking shot in the movie.
So
Jesus
good.
Christ. Seeing this in movie theaters for the first time, for real.
So then,
Candice, I was jealous when you saw Fury Road. You, trust me, you should be more jealous.
Oh, yeah.
That's true.
The first time I fucking saw this was in the movie theater, and it was just like, what the fuck did I just see?
Saw it at the fucking drive-in. Insane.
Yeah.
Insane. I mean,
brilliant, beautiful.
The speakers weren't great because it was like a shitty Ford Tempo I was in or something, but, it was still good. Like, I got wrapped up in it. Plus, I was a kid, So
yeah, it's magic.
Yeah, so they're riding the elevator down. He's on the roof of the elevator, stabbing down.
Yeah, he just opens the door after he puts his head back together. I think it's his shit back.
Yeah.
He just opens the door and just jumps down.
Yeah, and then they're just like firing pot shots up at him. Like, I don't know. Hopefully one of these
maybe that'll slow him down a little bit.
Something.
And hats off to Schwarzenegger, because there's a scene, the first time that the T-1000 sticks his fucking sword on through the fucking roof, Schwarzenegger, his character looks like, oh fuck, what the fuck is that?
Yeah. And he's like, shit. And this is when Sarah gets cut, by the way. One of those glances off her shoulder gives her a pretty good stab.
Oh, just enough. So tense.
Yep. So then and by the
way, I
way,
think another great thing that they do with this is with the sound on this movie is his shotgun in the elevator is so fucking powerful.
So loud.
So it's boom, boom, boom. And then when she's shooting the gun, it sounds almost like a cap gun going off compared to it.
And then boom.
Yeah.
So good, man.
So you're like, what the fuck is that going to do against this motherfucker? He just blew his fucking head half in two.
Yeah. No kidding, man. I mean, and it basically did, like, the damage that they show on him, the battle damage from this shit, and then reforming always looks so good. So
for real, it's Jurassic Park style, where no matter how long ago this movie is fucking made,
it holds
up. And I think what it is this really is, if you have the director, the story, and just enough money, what you can fucking do with the movie that just holds up 30 fucking years later almost, right?
This is an example of when Hollywood gets it right. Like, this is Hollywood magic right here.
Yeah. So they jack a
cop there'd be no way that they're going to tell Cameron, I was almost going to say Cameron Diaz. Holy fuck. James Cameron. You know what? No. They did with this fucking movie. They gave him one fucking year to make this movie, and he fucking did it. And I was just going to say, there'd be no way that today they would say, you got 1 year to do a turnaround and make a fucking movie as great as this is.
Yeah, it turns out he did it, though. So, fuck, man. I mean, you could do anything with enough time or money.
True. Or you can't do shit with it.
No, that's true.
Well, he literally had 1 year notice.
I mean, if you look at Duke Nukem Forever, that had 14 years and a ton of money.
Yeah, and it was a piece of shit.
Boy, howdy. So they get out of the building, steal a cop car, and fucking just bolt out. But he chases their ass down and jumps on the cop car.
Yeah, he uses those hooks to dig into the trunk.
And just pulls himself up on it. They shoot the shit out of him and finally knock him loose and speed away. And this is what you're talking about, Tim, where on the back of it, John sees one of the hooks is still dug into
a little bit of the piece,
picks it up and tosses it down. And then our buddy, the T-1000, walks up to it, and it just kind of melts back into his foot.
Could he make himself a little John Connor, though?
Now
can he make himself only like how?
No, that's
right. How big of a difference can he make himself?
He can't. Yeah, they established that in the rules.
Oh, right.
That he has to be like the same mass.
Yeah, that's right. He can't make himself like a little, like a dollar bill because it's too small. It's got to be the same mass. That's right.
Terminator 3, strip club money.
Well, what if he's just a really dense John Connor?
Yeah.
He's like a neutron star inside of him.
Right.
Like, hey, this is me if you had diabetes. Yeah.
You just know that dickhead Neil deGrasse Tyson there's some video of him debunking that shit. Well, in reality, volume and matter are a different.
Yeah, he's going to comment on our podcast. Yeah.
Hey, Neil deGrasse Tyson. It's on site with me, motherfucker.
Yeah, fuck you.
Remember that.
Challenge him to debate, Eddie, and if he doesn't agree to it, you win.
No, I'm going to choke him.
More like Neil Deadass Tyson.
I'm going to choke him out.
Oh,
if I see him in public, dude, I'm going to put him in a Kimura, choke him out.
I'm going to hit him with ninja stars.
Tell me fucking Pluto ain't a planet. Suck my dick. That's a planet.
Ask me what's up with that fucking crazy Canadian TV show.
Yeah.
Breaking news. There's a new planet named Suck My Dick.
Uranus has been replaced by Suck My Dick, yes.
When we asked the astronomer Eddie Jefferson where it is, he pointed at his pants. Oh, man. And then he offered to take me on a trip there. I don't know.
Take a trip to Pound Town.
I told him I would be into it. That I asked him where his rocket was, and he just pointed to his pants again. So
it's in my pocket. Yeah, my rocket pocket. Yeah.
Yeah. So now they have their little tender moment while they're gassing up, and we just see these two kids playing with toy guns. And John's like, "We're not going to make it as humans, are we?"
He's like, Arnold, buddy, Facebook and Twitter hasn't even been invented.
You don't even know.
Don't know.
You don't even know how bad it's going to get, motherfucker. You're in the 90s. People idealize this era.
Half those people are going to see those tickets shooting each other and go, yeah, that's America. And the other half are going to go, yeah, that's what's wrong with America.
Right. So Arnold spins the tale about Skynet, how it was a military operation for autonomous, basically what we do now with drones.
Yeah, for drones.
Only AI is controlling it.
Something that's a robot that's controlled with AI.
Yeah. It's a robot that's controlled with AI that fights our wars for us. And then the military was like, maybe we shouldn't do this because it became self-aware. So they're like, well, we'll just unplug it. And then Skynet,
by the way,
yeah, no.
Eddie, you remember the story in the news a couple of weeks ago about the drone that was given autonomy and it supposedly killed the person that was controlling it so it can kill more people?
Yes.
That was all bullshit. That was just a hypothetical.
Yeah.
It wasn't something that really happened. They were just thinking that if they did that, that's what could maybe possibly happen.
Tim, if that actually happened, you wouldn't hear about it.
True. Yes. Just like all the UFO news that the government's releasing. Oh, yeah. Yes.
You know what? I'll talk to Ashers about that tomorrow. See what the latest and greatest is on the UFO.
Oh man, just Satan is a fucking alien from like the third dimension.
Just
cover it all up. Yeah.
Yeah. So then he says, "Yeah, that all happens." Then of course Russia gets bombed because computers hate Russia. But I thought all the bots were Russian. Is my note.
Well, oh God, Eddie. It's a bad joke, but no, the reason why Skynet, when it became self-aware, nuked Russia is because it knew that Russia would immediately retaliate and destroy like all of his enemies. So he was like, man, it'll be easier to just do this part and then they'll take care of the rest.
Turn them against each other. Fuck it. Mm-hmm. Why should I get my hands dirty? So of course World War III happens, and it's all because this dude Dyson invented a vacuum and then a CPU.
I was just gonna say, get the fucking vacuum cleaner idea on the front burner, man. Come on.
Because that would compete with the Proud Oryx.
So Sarah leads them all to Michael Madsen's place from Kill Bill. And they meet Sarah's friend Enrique for some supplies and a truck. They go into what I call...
What are these people supposed to be?
They're freedom fighters, Tim.
From what? Where are they supposed to be? Because I don't think they ever established where they're supposed to be.
Okay, so they're in L.A. because they're talking about the Glendale Galleria.
Yes.
And then she says head south. So my geography is not great, but I think they're going to Iran.
Oh,
that makes sense.
That makes sense. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Well, if you're going to try to get away from the T-1000, you better hope you ran so far away.
Oh my no.
Come on, man. For real? I didn't even know you were old enough to know that song.
Tim.
Gotta get away.
Tim, come on, buddy. You know people still listen to Beethoven?
Anybody who played
Oh, you're going to compare that song to fucking anything that Beethoven's done. Okay.
Yeah. People still listen to shit from people that are dead, like Beethoven. You think
Anybody
Flock of
who's played
Seagulls is that
GTA
old?
Vice City knows this song.
Yeah, that's a good point, Candice. Most of my music knowledge comes from video games. GTA, Tony Hawk.
I will say this, playing all those GTA games have opened me up to new music, yes.
I can't wait for them to go back to Vice City. So then they go into what I've modeled the rec room in my underground bunker after this, which is, I just call it the cool shit and badass Gatling gun room.
Oh,
Wait,
the
if you
weapons
have a rec
detail?
room in your fucking underground bunker, there's nothing wrong with that, right?
For recreation?
Yeah.
Tim, you gotta
What, you
look.
got to sing and dance while the world's burning?
Tim, how are you gonna live if you can't live? You know what I mean? What
If
point
living is
there?
without you?
What point is there to human existence if we can't dance and sing and have merriment?
I don't know. All I can say is, how can we dance while our beds are burning?
Isn't that what separates us from the machines, Tim?
You got me there.
Yep,
Yes.
I got you there. So now, and they just go get kitted up, and I like.
Does this mean that Tim is a replicant?
I sniffed you out. I told you I was a Blade Runner. That's another one we got to cover. We got to do a month of Philip K. Dick inspired movies.
Blade Runner 2049. Oh, I love that movie so much.
Yep. Blade Runner 2049, A Scanner Darkly.
Wow.
We don't need to do A Scanner Darkly.
What?
We don't need to do A Scanner Darkly.
You don't like that one?
No.
All right.
It's too artsy.
It's a good book. So, yeah, they kid up, and I like the John's like, yeah, take that minigun. It would look good on you. And he's like, yeah, you know what? It would. Man. So Arnold's like, all right, here's the deal. We probably should not go after Dyson, though, because he's got the same files as I do. So he's going
to know that you want to go after Dyson.
We're going after Dyson. Because this is when Sarah decides she's going to go take him out, right?
If you kill the inventor, how's it going to get made?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So they're like, yeah, we should probably definitely.
So is she becoming the new Terminator?
Ooh, good point.
Right?
She's just an analog.
Knock out the problem before it becomes a problem.
All right. So then, you know, he's all like, well, you get the whole not killing people thing. We got to go stop her from killing people. Stupid. We got to stop her from killing Dyson. So I order you to go do that.
Oh, that's one of my notes. Every 90s movie badass had those round sunglasses with the silver frames.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Yes. Sarah Connor in this scene.
Yes. They do look pretty sweet on her, though. Gotta admit.
They do.
Yeah.
But it did become a cliche.
It's weird. When she's coming out all fucking geared up, I was like,
oh, man, you can see her pecs.
Sign me up for the NRA. Yeah.
By the way, subtlety is not really her art, I've noticed, because she just goes in there with a machine gun to fucking mow him down.
I think she has a knife on a fucking belt, too. Like,
yeah.
She gets a sniper rifle.
Yeah. Misses him with that, too. Takes out his computer, that fucking monitor. Oh, man.
And I think that was a CTR monitor too, so Candice was extra upset. Yeah,
CRT.
Whatever.
It's cathode ray tube, Tim. CRT.
Yes, 3 stellar artoses in, and I'm gonna know that fucking.
The ones that will kill you if they drop on your head.
And my wife is outside singing, so let's go. Hurry up, let's go.
So they decide to follow up. You know, Arnold and John. They show up to secure the situation while she's got Dyson point blank, wounded. And his little stupid kid jumps on him like, "Oh, protect my daddy.
Don't kill my daddy.
Motherfucker, if you were loyal to your father, you'd have a knife stabbing her in the back right now."
No, motherfucker, how about this? If you were a real dad, you'd fucking push your kid away.
Yeah, throw the kid at her.
He's hiding behind his fucking kid. He's doing a fucking Martin Sheen.
That is fair.
That's a good point.
Pretty pussy move from that dude. Then Arnold and John show up, secure the situation. Like, look, don't kill him. You're all fine, kid. Go run away. And John's like,
I love this whole thing. All the shit that's happened in front of this fucking kid who should be traumatized to hell and back. And Edward Furlong goes, "Hey, show me your room."
Hey, want to show me your room? We'll play some toys.
This kid.
You got any video games? Yeah.
This kid is like, this is like a villain story. This is like a Mr. Glass
No, this
story.
kid his mind is blown because he saved his fucking father's life by fucking playing with a remote control fucking truck and hitting him in the foot.
Yeah, that is true. He did.
And then he sees his dad shot, and then show me your toys.
That's fair. You know what? Your dad could never argue against buying you a radio-controlled toy ever again.
That's true.
Right. Oh, shit. Oh, man.
Helicopters, you're getting planes.
You got a fucking drone at this point with this dad. What the fuck are you talking about?
No kidding.
Fucking, was it Terminator 3 or 4? Where they have the drones in it?
Yeah. So they're all like, all right, Dice, and here's the deal. The thing you're working on now makes blah, blah, blah. They give him all the background stuff, and he's like, I don't believe you. So he's like, all right, Arnold, crazy. Show him.
Oh, I love this part.
Cuts.
Can he put this back on?
Yeah, he healed.
Because, no, he can't heal himself. He can't fucking grow new skin.
Tim, he does. Because earlier when he got shot up and the kid's looking through his jacket at the bullet holes, he's like, oh, do you heal? And Arnold says, yes.
A bullet hole is a lot different than growing a whole fucking forearm full of fucking skin, isn't it?
Not for a robot.
Well, plus,
you got me there.
Isn't he wearing like gloves and a jacket so you never see his arms?
That's true.
Yeah, but the whole thing where Linda Hamilton, she's ready to leave her son with this guy and go off and kill fucking Dyson. Yeah. He's like, I just realized that the only thing that could ever protect him, that could take care of him better than I can, is this robot that can always pass for human. Nobody's ever going to fucking know. But now, for the rest of this robot's life, he's going to have to wear fucking long sleeves and a glove on one arm.
It's LA. They don't have weather. It's fine.
It's in LA. Who wears fucking long sleeves all the goddamn time unless you're a fucking heroin junkie?
I don't know.
That is a good point. No, that you don't really wear long sleeves out here unless you're trying to like make a point. You know?
There's a certain degree of temperature. Once you get past where you see somebody with long sleeves, you go, they're junkie.
Yeah.
Although it is a great way to show off that robots are real.
Yeah. No, that's, I mean.
True, yes. But you know what? You could have shown him your fucking Barbie doll fucking groin area. Because I don't know if a Terminator's got a cock.
I bet it does.
Yeah. Of course they have a cock. The original, it's like, you know.
No, hold on, because we got to see in the next Terminator that this Terminator can fucking change his breast size. So
yeah. Yeah. No, it's like in the Matrix when they're all like, the first version of the Matrix was actually a utopia.
Yeah, nobody had cocks.
So it didn't.
So that's why nobody accepted that.
No, it's like that with the Terminators. You see, the T-100 had no cock, and they all immediately self-destructed. So they're like, okay, we got to give them cock. And we're fine. That was the one on the 101. The dick. So yeah, he's like, oh, fuck. Well, they tell him, you know, everything that happens.
That asks the hard questions, yes.
That's true. So he tells him everything that happens. All right, Cyberdyne creates Skynet, yada, 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 and it's all because of you. And the guy gives him the fucking Nuremberg defense. He's like, look, man, I'm just doing my job.
Well, look, if this is me, I don't know if I'm buying this 100% yet.
Yeah. Even with the robot?
Arm.
I need a little bit more proof. I'm sorry, you know.
Maybe he'd let you touch it.
Like, you know, I'm going to go fucking Suicide Squad on this shit. I need a little bit more proof.
Maybe he would let you touch it and then crush your fingers into paste. Like, would you believe it was a robot?
I want to see the groin area. Then I could tell. Because you know what? AI, real robots that didn't need sex to reproduce, wouldn't spend extra fucking material building a fucking dick or a fucking pussy, right?
Unless they have to look completely human, though.
Yeah, that's a good point. The opening.
If you're Terminator, Candice, and the fucking thing that the cops are gonna need to see whether or not they shoot and kill you as a robot is what you put with your groin.
The opening scene at the bar. He's naked. One of the wait staff looks down at his dick.
And my wife, it's it. Every time my fucking wife watches this movie, she's always fucking grinning from ear to ear during this goddamn scene.
So, Tim, we know not only does he have a dick, but it impressed that crazy barmaid woman.
The wench.
The wench, yeah.
Bar wench.
Oh, wait, hold on. I take that back. That did not impress my wife, so yes.
Oh, gotcha. So, then he's like, all right, well, I guess I'll quit. Well, let's go to the lab and destroy everything. The chip, the CPU from the first Terminator, the arm, just destroy it all my research. And then it can't happen. Right, guys? So they're like, yeah, I guess. I mean, we were just going to kill you, but that works too, I guess. Mm-hmm. So they load him up, drive over to fucking Cyberdyne, force their way in.
No, I like this because they try to seek their way in with like, yeah, these are my out-of-town friends. I want to show them a top-secret fucking security system.
And the guy's like, yeah, we're not going to do that. That's not how
they
this
tried.
works. Stupid. Yeah. So, but they go in, then the next security guard, he comes up there and notices the first guy's missing.
Oh, I love this because he's like, God damn it, man! You can't even fucking leave this goddamn place. Even if you gotta take a fucking dump.
Yeah, it's the Yobo
dump
of
in your pants. Don't leave. Yeah.
Where the fuck is this fucking guy at? Goes, looks in the bathroom and sees his ass all tied up in there. He's like, oh shit, and runs out and hits the alarm.
It's Friday night.
Yeah. It's Friday night. It's your day to be in the bathroom, tied up. So hits the alarm. That disables all the key card readers, right? Well, no biggie. John can hack it. So he starts hacking.
That's how it works.
Because they have to get the key.
Yeah, I like how he still has his fucking thing with him. Where the fuck did he keep this with him at any point?
He has a backpack with him the entire time.
Okay.
Got me. So yeah, because they have to do the thing with the two keys at the same time to get into the safe. So
is this really a thing? I mean, on nuclear fucking launches, I know this is a thing, but if you miss it by like half a second, the bomb doesn't go off? What?
No, having to do them exactly at the same... I mean...
That's a movie thing, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you skipped over her dream where it shows Judgment Day itself.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a rough dream.
We gotta talk about that a little bit. Do it some service.
Yeah, because before she goes to kill Dyson, she has a nightmare. But she's sitting at the fucking picnic table, by the way, of her friends that she's carving up like a fucking juvenile delinquent.
Yeah, look at that shit. Yeah.
Piece of shit. So she has this nightmare where she's watching, a bunch of kids playing, having a good time. And she's like, no, because she's stuck behind
she's screaming, trying to warn them.
No,
and they can't hear.
Because she sees herself at one point, right?
Right. Yeah. She sees herself playing with her kid. And warn them
with that
what?
Incredible hair.
What are you going to do? If you go off with a nuke that close, there's no way. You'd never have enough time to live.
Especially modern nukes at the time. This wasn't like a Hiroshima bomb. They were already 100 times stronger at this point.
Bitch, why are you fucking harshing my fucking buzz on my last 5 seconds of life? Let me fucking swing on a swing. Let me push my kid on a swing before fucking the world ends.
Yeah. But then you just see the nuke detonate.
And it goes on for so long. Oh. You see everything explode.
Everything. Yeah. It looks like the B-roll that they use in music videos of the famous one of the ground zero of the nuke going off with everything getting swept away. Oh,
yeah, man. You see all the Los Angeles landmarks get blown away, and then you zoom in on her, and she's lit up in flames, and you see her skin like burning off of her, and she's screaming.
Oh, it's so good.
It looks so good too.
Yep. And then you see, like we were talking about earlier, everybody else just turned to fucking ash.
And then just floats away.
Just swept away. Just, gone.
That's everybody's literally turned into ash.
But the swing remains, right?
Yeah, the swing does. It breaks loose, though, doesn't it? It hangs.
Yeah, it does. It gets fucked up.
Yeah.
The swing remains the same if you're a Led Zeppelin fan, yes.
Damn. So... They try to get into another one of the rooms and the key card's not working. So Arnold just fires a fucking RPG at the door and blows it out.
That works.
Boom. He's like, oh, that works. And then the halon goes off. And I like the anytime there's gassing or halon or any of this shit, the robots are like, oh, we're cool. Here, dumb humans, have a mask.
They don't breathe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a problem for them.
Doesn't halide remove the oxygen from the room, though?
Yes, halon.
So wouldn't a gas mask not work?
That is correct. It would not work.
Wow, Candice. But, you know what? This fucking movie sucks now. Thanks a lot.
No. But Candice, go back and rewatch the movie. There are oxygen tanks on the masks that they get.
Oh, that's true. Yes, when he opens up, there's his breathing apparatus.
Yep.
Not gas mask, right?
Perfect movie. Perfect.
Yep, nailed it.
So actually, Candice, suck it.
Jesus, Dan. So yeah, then the T-1000, he's catching up to him though, because he hits the Dyson place, sees the damage, and then he hears on the cop radio that they're at Cyberdyne blowing shit up. So he's like, well,
that's not good.
I gotta get there. And I love when they notice, by the way, that backup has been called at Cyberdyne. And he's like, oh shit, the cops are here. She's like, well, what cops? He's like, all of them.
Yeah, it's like, holy shit. Wait, hold on. Is Gary Oldman outside from The Professional?
It made me so nostalgic because you see all these 90s cop cars circling around a building. I'm like, yeah, good, this is the best. They do.
I dig those old, like, not before they were the rounded off Crown Vics, the nice
when they were still like the big boat ones.
Yep. Those were fantastic, man. So yeah,
I have a lot more footroom in the back too, but I don't know that why.
Now we're at the all is lost moment, right? You got the T-1000 coming after you. Fucking, you've got, you're racing against time to get the keys to destroy this shit. And now all the SWAT, all the cops they're fucked, right? So
yeah, how are they going to get out of this?
They rig up a bunch of explosives with a remote detonator, and they give it
blow that bitch up.
They give it to Dyson, the detonator. They're like, here, you hold on to this because we trust you. Get into the vault. They get the chip in the arm, and as they're trying to get out of there, this is when Terminator, Arnold's like, look, man, I'll go out there and draw their fire. And I'll non-lethally stop the cops, right?
Trust me, yeah.
Yeah, just trust me, big shit-eating grin. And he just wanders out there, gets shot to shit, blows every cop's fucking knees off.
Yep.
Just with that chain gun.
Look, all those cops are going to be able to fucking retire on workers' comp with the fucking cop unit, the cop union.
Yeah.
They're making more money than when they're fucking working. So they're happy.
They're absolutely fine, right? Just blows all their fucking knees out. Then he takes their like rapid fire fucking tear gas gun from them.
Oh man, when he shoots those fucking two cops with that. Holy fuck, yeah.
Yeah, dude. Just thunk, thunk.
Oh man, you can just feel it right in your chest.
Reminds me of in Jackass when they shot him with the bean bags. Oh my god.
Never watched it.
That fucking bruise he had from it. Oh my god. That was insane. So yeah, it does all that, fires off the tear gas at all of their fucks up all their cars, tear gases all the cops.
Yeah, first he like peppers it with the minigun to get them to run away.
Yeah,
and then he shoots the tear gas to keep them away.
Yeah, pretty good, right?
Which, by the way, pretty good computing to realize that when I'm shooting at these cops' feet as they're running away, that none of the asphalt that's kicked up from the fucking bullets are going to fucking dislodge in their fucking brain or something like that, right?
Yeah, I mean, okay, it's
a calculated risk.
It's like Batman. It's like
technically, I didn't kill him. The asphalt did it. Yes,
right. Yeah, Terminators operate on a lot of technicality logic here. Well, technically, I didn't kill him. He had a heart condition.
Well, I mean, that's true. He said at one point he said he'll live. So.
No, I mean, he's a Terminator. He's not a cop where they're like, oh, he had asthma,
Well, he was carrying a walkie-talkie.
Yeah, it looked like a gun. No. So he gets Sarah, gets John, takes their fucking SWAT vehicle and bolts, right? Then I didn't get Dyson holding a dumbbell over the detonator.
How does that work?
So that's actually a gigantic replica of the chip that they found from the first movie.
Okay,
which is what started it all. And there was like a model of it in there, and that's what he picked up.
Yeah, because he got shot and he's about to fucking die, and he's like, oh, I don't know how much.
He's holding that thing. It's like, so hold on. Somebody had to commit suicide to do this fucking bomb to blow it up?
No, he just got shot. And
he got shot like a million times by the police.
Plus,
but he's holding something up in his hand. And it's like, as soon as I let this go and it makes contact with the thing on the floor, the whole thing blows up, right?
Yeah,
but because he's giving them time to leave.
I also think he couldn't deal with the moral weight of killing 3 billion people in the future.
Plus, you know what? You have to kill this motherfucker anyway, just to be sure.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Because somebody could like put a gun to his head, like, "Hey, we're gonna kill your wife and kid if you don't continue on this fucking progress, right?"
Tim, deleted scene. Arnold's like, "Look, I can't kill you, but hold this."
You can kill yourself.
Yeah. So the T-1000 figures out what's going on. He gets on a bike and punches it up to a fucking helicopter that's chasing them
Oh
with a SWAT
god,
vehicle.
so good because it's all practical.
All practical.
This is all
driving
stunt
a fucking motorcycle up the
so
stairs.
good.
Jesus Christ!
Oh.
Bronx Warriors flashback.
Yeah. Fucking Viva Robert Patrick. Fuck Knievel. Lands it, catches onto the helicopter, climbs up, punches into the window, and then the tentacle abyss scenes in.
This is the abyss, 100%. Yeah.
Tells the pilot.
Maybe that's why I'm into hentai.
Oh,
It's such a formative movie.
Tells the pilot to get out, and the dude just jumps out of the helicopter.
Yeah, it was like, is he gonna die?
Oh yeah, I mean,
that's my question. But the helicopter's like what, maybe 2-3 floors up.
Yeah.
He could possibly
next
live,
shot, but
he's fucked up.
He's got
if I fucking saw that shit, I'd fucking jump out no matter how fucking high I was.
I would have jumped out when the liquid man was coming in the windshield. You wouldn't have to tell me shit. You know,
true.
That's all I need, to be quite honest with you.
Maybe the greatest flashlight ever invented. Yeah.
So then he chases them in the helicopter. We get some good going under overpasses scenes.
Oh, and this is all practical too.
Yeah.
Like, it was so dangerous for them to do this.
Yep.
Because they're expertly maneuvering this helicopter through all of this, and everything's just a hair's breadth away from crashing.
Yeah, until it does crash.
Yeah.
Thank God it was James Cameron, not John Landis. Yeah.
No shit.
Oh man. So after he crashes it, they slide their way.
I didn't know if you guys noticed this, because I didn't notice this for years, is that when he's shooting and piloting the helicopter, he actually has a third arm coming out of his side to pilot the helicopter. He's not shooting one-handed.
Very cool. So then he must have shortened one of his legs to do that. Or he had an arm's worth of dick, Tim.
Well, you don't really need your legs to be a helicopter pilot.
Yeah.
It's not because they got a gas pedal.
He just shortened his ass a little.
No, wait, hold on. They do have pedals down there, don't they?
I don't think they do.
Do you think he hollowed himself out on the inside? He could do that.
Oh, he's a secret hollow man?
Yeah.
That's going to
be
rough.
Off the good rate,
I don't need this liver right now.
Just chucks it. No. So, they have their high-speed chase, right? And they slide their way into a fucking metal foundry. Because
at this point he has hijacked the liquid nitrogen truck.
Yeah.
Just pumped full of it. Just one of those huge tankers.
Giant tanker truck.
Stupid robot.
Liquid nitrogen. Drives it over there and wrecks into it, tips the truck over, cracks the liquid nitrogen open. I like all the workers are like, fuck this, get the fuck out of there. Because there's sensible. Just fire about to collide with ice. That's pretty.
Yeah, it's like
pretty symbolic.
Liquid death, like icy liquid death or fiery liquid
and
death.
And as he walks toward them through the liquid nitrogen and just slowly freezes, his fucking legs getting caught. And of course they used an amputee to do this scene.
They did.
You can tell, and it fucking works, man. Because then he falls down on all fours and his arms break off.
Oh man, when his fucking arm breaks off and he looks at it and his mouth is gaping open, it's
because he knows he's this is really bad.
So then Arnold gets to trot out one of those lines that fucking dickhead John gave him, and it's the classic "Hasta la vista, baby." Shoots his ass into a million tiny pieces onto the ground. Then we see his pieces.
Which this doesn't make sense to do it, right?
No.
Because any little piece of him, if anybody finds it, guess what? Cyberdyne Part 2.
Yep. No, that's a good point.
Well, it would at least slow him down enough if he did survive.
Right. So he melts back down and starts reforming.
Nobody in my house was making a sound when this was happening.
Oh, no.
Not even the dogs were making a sound. Everybody was being completely quiet.
It looks so
Everybody's
good.
watching the T-1000 reforming.
Like I said, it just looks like they took liquid mercury that was dumped
and
out.
Scooted it around,
and then played it back in reverse. It forming back up. It looks so good. He reforms and then chases them through the spark and steam generator portion of the foundry.
You always got to have them.
They run over.
Main export is steam.
Yep. So then they get over to the forge, which is just basically like you remember in that Death Wish, the acid pool that he had just hanging out. Well, they've got one that's just lava. So
it's technically not lava; it's molten metal.
Yeah. Well, it's molten
lava
steel.
is molten rocks.
Yeah. So
and what is metal made out of, Candice?
Metal. I mean, depends. You can have pure aluminum. There's no rock in it.
Yeah. So we get a little close quarters combat with the T-1000 while Arnold sends Sarah and John to get the fuck out of there. But him trying to like stab him or shoot him or punch him, he just keeps turning liquid and reforming.
Man.
It's like trying to nail fucking
Jello
to
his
a
fucking
wall.
hand right through his fucking head. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and then just
the
reforms so that
T-1000
he's holding his arm.
It is kicking his ass.
Like soundly. Takes his arm, sticks it in a gear, and just crushes it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he like
so then Arnold,
he has to like rip his arm off.
Oh, yeah, because he's just stuck there. So he's like, well, now that I got him stuck, I'm going after fucking John and Sarah. That's the mission.
So guess what? T3, they find his arm again.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually what happens.
Yeah.
If you watch the rest of the movie, he never recovers that arm.
No, that's true. Yeah. So then Sarah puts John like in this little mine carty thing underneath of her to crawl away. And the T-1000 comes in, spike finger pins her to a wall.
Oh, it looks so fucking painful.
Call your son back. And she's like, fuck you. I'm not going to fucking do that. Looks behind him. There's Arnold, right? Ripped his arm off, starts beating him with this bar. And then
splits him in half with a pipe.
Yeah. But then he gets it away from him. Then dude grabs just a suspended steel beam and just starts bashing the fuck out of Arnold with it. And dude, the damage that he's getting with the little bits of metal sticking out of his face and it looks so
and it's
good.
Damage that you can see and feel at the same time.
And you're watching it happen on screen. It's not like he hits him and then it cuts away and then he's got damage, hits him, cuts away. No, you're watching it fucking happen.
Yeah.
So John, trying to escape, hears Sarah calling for her, and he's an idiot, so he goes for her. But we've got a too many moms situation.
It's where we have more twins.
Fun fact, it was her twin in this scene. So
that's how they did the double shot.
Best way to do it. Really the only way to do it. Because that Supernatural with the fucking clone dickhead.
They never I don't know what you're talking about, but Candice is laughing, so she knows it's
the one I just watched with the shapeshifter. They can never have it in the same scene as the person who it's mimicking because it's so shitty. And they have no budget, so it just looks terrible.
On. Jared Padalecki doesn't have this kind of acting chops.
You've got to watch that Padalecki movie that I watched. I'm telling you,
was that the internet
doesn't get
one?
any better. Yeah, it's so bad. So real mom pops up from behind fake mom and shoots it. Bam! So now you can see, okay, metal. That's definitely not mom. Reforms back into Patrick. I'm like, oh, thank God. We got the T-1000, my boy, the real boy, back.
He's back.
And then real mom just starts shooting the fuck out of him over and over and over and just backs him to the ledge of to falling into the molten steel and runs out of ammo. God damn it.
One more shot. That's all it took, yeah?
Just needed one more shot.
It's like when you're beating that final boss and you got him down to that one last sliver of health and then your combo drains.
Candice, I was actually thinking of beating something else before you almost had that one last shot. But go ahead.
So she turns around, though, and looks, and there's Arnold with his RPG launcher. And he just fires it over at the T-1000, blasts his ass. He gets blown to shit, and then just...
Couldn't he just let it go through him?
Yeah, I mean, if he was quick enough.
I think at this point he was really fucked up, though, because he was actually glitching after he was
that's right,
he was frozen.
Yeah, I think that freezing did a number on him. And then so he falls back into the molten metal. And then he does like when you beat Shang Tsung and he cycles through all of the things that he's transformed
And this
into
is when you get a
previously.
titty.
You do get a titty. Yep. One soul titty. One soul molten metal burning alive Robert Patrick titty. The only kind that counts. And Arnold gets up and just says, "Oh, I need a vacation." Then he stands
He says,
up.
"I'm getting too old for this shit."
Yeah, pauses at the molten
worst
metal.
line in the movie because there's no callback to that. There's nothing that would make him say this, right?
Doesn't really
Probably a
fit.
deleted scene.
It's fun though, you know.
Right.
So they toss the arm in, they toss the CPU in, and they're like, "Great, it's all done." He's like, "Nope,
no,
there's another chip, baby," and he points at his dick.
There's still evidence.
No, okay.
Then he points at his dick.
And then Arnold says, "But I can't self-terminate. So here's a remote. I'm going to climb on this chain.
Do me a solid.
Do me a favor and 3 billion humans."
Work around, right? He got to work around on this shit.
Yep, he certainly does. He goes, "Just lower me in there and melt me." John, like a little bitch, just starts bawling. Don't go. I don't want you to. I order you not to go. Because there's this weird scene earlier where Sarah's like, "Hey, this kid's never known a decent dad, so maybe
You're
robot."
the closest thing to a father figure he's ever had.
So he's freaking out. "No, I don't want you to." And then finally because earlier Arnold was asking, "Well, what's that? What's happening with your eyes? Why are you crying?" And he's like, "Oh, because we feel pain, but it's not because of pain or whatever." He stops and he's like, "I know why you cry, but it's something I can never do. So I might as well just melt myself." Shake Sarah's hand.
He can never cry. He feels pain, but he cannot cry.
He has no mouth and he must scream, Candice.
My heart is broken, yes.
So then he gets that Iron Giant hero's end. And this is one of the 3 times in movie history when as a man you're allowed to tear up.
This never affected me like that. I never cried.
When you're a robot?
Huh?
When you're a robot, that's when you're allowed to tear up?
No, for a movie. It's got to be Iron Giant, Terminator, and I think the when you see Angelina Jolie's tits in what was that first one?
Well, those are Tears of Joy.
Gia or whatever.
Hackers is better.
Oh, Geo. Oh, Candice.
Oh, yeah. No, you get a good one, Geo. That's
nice.
Yeah.
Eddie, can you put that in the blood bank?
No, Tim.
Why not?
You've beaten off enough this week. So we get these manly.
You don't know me.
Tim. By that response, I know you. So, and I like as he's melting and gives him the thumbs up, and we see his systems go offline. And
so wait, hold on. So his brain is in his fucking hand?
Yeah. They put
because his head's already fucking below the fucking molten lava.
Good point,
Maybe, it's got to take a bit to actually melt all of it, though. Damage
no, that looks pretty instantaneous to me, Candice.
His head was already pretty busted open anyway, so I don't think it would have taken long to get molten steel in there.
At this point, I'm just happy I didn't do the okay sign. So yeah.
And then Sarah finishes up with a monologue of, "If machines can learn to value human life, maybe we can too." And credits.
Dun 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 dun.
1 hour of preamble, and we still wrapped it in 3 hours, folks. That is Terminator 2.
Yeah, we weren't gonna go beat by beat, but
no. Well, close enough. I skipped some stuff, but you get the gist of it.
Yeah.
So, man, Tim, it's been a journey. Is there anything else though on the internet that you want people to pay attention to?
Just as always, like I say, pay attention to us. Give us 5 stars on whatever fucking podcast thing you listen to us on. Grind Band Mustachio Podcastio, everything I learned from movies, and I don't know, one other podcast maybe listen to, whatever.
Yeah, sounds good, buddy. Candice?
It's coming out hopefully soon. Will be my episode on the Grind Bin where we did the New York Ripper. And it's beautiful.
Well, don't listen to that shit because listen to us. We did that fucking shit better.
Yeah, that's
you
true.
Fucking traitor.
If you have to listen to the Grind Bin,
no, that's bullshit.
Yeah. If you have to listen to
two
the
swings
Grind
at the
Bin,
goddamn movie.
then just tune in to the most recent episode because I'm
the
on
Hard
it.
Bodies episode that you're on
Hard
actually
Bodies.
is really funny.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it's very funny. Actually, we
I
learned
remember
some.
seeing that in the movie
We learned
theaters and
some
being
Even-
very, very happy. Yes.
we
What
learned
you
some
don't get is
interesting things
accurate
about
facts
man.
about Chopping Mall.
Ah, fuck off.
Oh Jesus Christ! Fucking paint versus paint thinner. Come on.
Either way, it doesn't blow up like that. So, yeah, check us out at patreon.com/Bloody Bits to get access to our bonus episodes with Pinata Steve Harvey or upcoming very soon Fight Club. That'll be a lot of fun.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that'll be
Listening
so
to
much
us
fun.
Maybe one of those John Wick movies.
Geek out about that.
Yeah.
Or you can get access to the Blood Bank with now over 6,200 movies.
What's the ranking between us, Netflix,
Oh, we're number
Hulu,
one.
Amazon, right?
We're number one
by
entirely.
100 miles.
And in fact,
We beat Amazon?
No, I mean, I'm sure we have more than Amazon does for movies. And in fact, you can still share your password with people with the Blood Bank, unlike Amazon. And we've added some movies.
Well, wait, hold on. That's not good. Wait, hold on. So somebody can join at the Yobo level, get access to the Blood Bank, and pass that password on?
Yeah.
If I wasn't on this podcast and I wasn't supposed to be making money off this shit, I'd be like, fuck that shit. But if I was listening, I'd be like, hell yeah. Come on, everybody, give me 50 cents.
I don't know.
Come on.
We just do this for fun.
I don't know if you've ever used the Blood Bank, but it's not a login password thing, Tim. I have to send you an invite. So I'm lying right now is what's happening.
Well, why'd you blow the fucking scam? Let them fucking join. They can pass the goddamn password on like Netflix.
You blew it, Tim. You called it out and I had to explain it. You fucked it up. So we've just
added... you can take this part out, can't you?
Yeah. We just added a movie called Blood Prism from 2017. A successful art gallery coordinator living a double life as a serial killer preys on the hopeless as she attempts to find meaning behind the voices she hears. 76 minutes long, so you know it's good.
Oh, that's good, yeah.
We have Penitentiary 2, Tim, from 1982.
Penitentiary 2?
Yeah, it's got Ernie Hudson in it. Leon Isaac Kennedy, Glenn Turman, an ex-con on parole.
His wife, Jamie Kennedy, or not Jamie Kennedy, Jennifer Kennedy.
Yeah, Jamie Kennedy. That's quite the experience, Tim. Mr. T's in it, though.
Well, it is prison, yes.
Mr. T's in it as himself, which is fun. So you get access to that and more at patreon.com/Bloody Bits. Be sure to tune in next week while we talk about Hudson Hawk.
Although I am going to appreciate this breather.
Yeah, we needed
like I
something.
said, I'm too hot.
Wow, when did this fucking movie coming up? Hudson Hawk is pretty good.
We need to cool off,
right?
A little Hudson Hawk. So for Tim Yobo and Candice, folks, this is how we end it.